Bruh, so you're telling me the stream is live already? You're taking the freaking piss. It should just be showing me what's going on. Yikes. Anyways, yo, what's good, family tree? Let me know if you're live in the building with me. Supposedly, this stream is meant to be going on a little bit later on, but for some strange reason, it wants to come on early. Wowee. Okay, saying nothing. What's good, family tree? Naughty gang, let me know you're up here in the building with me. Jeez, yeah, Crown Jewel says live, you know, we're live 050. Yeah, buddy, what's good? So anyways, I'm here actually. I'm here, gonna give you a little behind the scenes stuff. I'm actually not even ready for any live stream as such, but here we go anyway. Jeez, I'm gonna look at the comment section in a hot second and big everybody up. Why is it not coming up actually? It should be coming up right now on the screen. Let me just make sure that it is, but it isn't. But yeah. So anywho's, what's good? So what I am intending to do is actually talk to you guys about something. So if you guys actually follow what's going on in the American conscious community, I don't know if you guys are aware, or most of you guys might be Speakers Corner crew, but most of you guys should be here from like America and following, you know, the whole House of Consciousness movement and so forth. I personally can't wait. There is a debate coming up. Yeah, it should be coming up soon. We're still waiting to get the details in, where it's the good brother Jabari and the good brother Garfield are going to be discussing some Kemetic and Christianity stuff. Like, I just can't wait. I'm kind of geed up and gassed on it. I'm just trying to get some more information. We're going to have our good... Ooh, you can't hear me. Okay. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Let's see. Testing, 1, 2, 3. All right, let me come a bit closer. Maybe that should help it out. Yeah. Actually, give me a hot second. Let me just double check something real quickly to make sure everything is fine. So yeah, drop some comments. Let me know if you can hear. It's only one person saying that they can't hear so far, but if you all can hear, just let me know. Yeah, just let me know. Let's do pop out chat. Let me copy this real quickly and go back here. Titans YouTube. Boom. There we go. Jeez. Yeah. Okay. All right. Saying mic is low. Okay. Let's turn it up. Turn me up. Turn me up. Turn me up in this bed. Yeah. All right. So everything should be calm right about now. Okay. Yeah. It should be calm. I can see my mic is like peaking over here, so it should be good. Jeez, Nwapian Sniper. God damn, what's good? So yeah, back to it again. We're talking about, yeah, the good brother Jabari and the good brother Garfield is going to be doing a debate. Planet only here. Do you know what, yeah? You see what's on, because the other one wasn't working too good. So I'm hoping this one should be a bit better. And it works with a little mixer thing. It's hard to even show. It's hard to show. It's hard to show. Okay, L1, R2. Do you know what? Maybe another time. Anyways, let me continue. Yeah. So yeah. We got those brothers coming on to debate and can't wait for that. I'm kind of geared up. I was trying to get some more information from it. It seems as though it is. The title of the debate is going to be Christianity stole / copied from Kemet. And that's a very bold claim. It's a very bold claim. And I can't wait to actually see it. Manifest. Like, I want to see it. It's going to be interesting. Anyways, let me know. Like, my Christians up in the building, let me know if y'all celebrated Lent right about now. Or if you are doing Lent right now, what are you not taking in? What have you sacrificed? What are you giving up? Personally, yeah. Hey, Nwapian Sniper, you know, I need to get you on. Let me see. How are we going to do this? I need to get you guys on here. Can we do Skype? Can we share a Skype link? I'm down to share a Skype link, man. I'm missing the brothers, you know. But yeah, I'm giving up meat at present, you know. And if you know me, I like a good steak, you know. I swear. In the mornings, that I'll be eating, steak and eggs for breakfast. And I can't even have my steak and eggs again. It's killing me, It's killing me. It's killing me. So what you guys actually giving up for Lent? Let me know. Let me know. But this morning I had some nice... Oh, the mackerel, though. I had mackerel and eggs. I had mackerel. Oof. It was sweet, though. It was sweet, though. It was sweet. Anyways. Let me get on this. Let me see if I can get some of you guys on Skype. Let's see if I can get a link for Skype. Hold on 1 second. 1 second. Maybe we can drop some information, actually. Yeah, maybe we can drop some information. Alright. Meet now. Easy meet now. Let's go. Host the meeting. Bam. Creating your shiny new meeting. Bam. Copy the link. Bam. Start the meeting. Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop. And let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. So this is Skype, by the way. Okay. So if you guys... Oh, there we go. Man like Garfield is here. Man like Garfield is here. Just, speak of... Let me see. No, I don't want to say speak of the devil and he shall appear. Let me say speak of the angelic messengers and they shall appear. Yeah. So yeah, if you want to join, I've got a Skype where you can join, yeah? Family, join us on the Skype. Join us on the Skype if you can. So yeah, we've got that debate coming up with our good brother Garfield, who's actually in the chat section right now. Yeah? Come true. I know Skype is something completely different. I might do a little StreamYard if you're having difficulties with the Skype. But yeah. So anyways, so we got that debate coming up. Can't wait to see what that actually has to offer. It's going to be interesting. I see, the good brother Garfield was breaking down the past debate that he had, that Jabari had with brother Bantu. He was breaking that down. And, I got to be unbiased, didn't it? So I'm going to say he was claiming that the Jabari failed utterly miserably and lost that debate. Okay, but it's up to you guys to let me know, You guys let me know. Come on, let me know. Let me know what you think. Jabari was making some bombastic claims, but is he able to actually provide the evidence? Provide the evidence if you are truthful, Are you truthful? So yeah. Also, right now actually, I was kind of boordish. I'm actually in the middle of actually filming a video. I'm filming a video, right now, because I was supposed to put this out a long time ago. It's for the fact check series. The fact check series. For those of you guys who don't know what the fact check series is, let's see. The fact check series is where we fact check popular claims made by influential speakers and thought leaders. And unlike other channels, we employ a scholastic approach to critically review all claims. That's what we do over here. So, when a Muslim makes a claim, we go through and we fact check it. When a Christian makes a claim, we go through and we fact check it. And so forth and so forth. And when a Kemetic makes a claim, we go through and fact check it. But we don't do it based upon our own emotions and based upon, our own biasness. We actually employ methodology. Okay? Because I've seen it. I go into a lot of these apologetics and polemic channels, and I'm like, flipping hell, like there's no scholarship. There's something called one-upmanship. Jeez, I don't know if I should trademark that, because I don't know if I invented it or anything like that. But since I don't know if it's trademarked right now, I'm gonna say there is something called one-upmanship rather than scholarship that's being practiced. And so we're here to actually just fact check a lot of this one-upmanship and other claims that people are making. Let's see what's good. What's everybody saying? Let me actually go here. Jeez, man, like Hassan's up in the building. What's good? The Titans retire from speakers cool. Yeah, on a sly, See the problem with Speakers Corner? You just got a lot of religious nutbags. I mean fanatics. I mean zealots. I mean what I mean. For real. And I don't think... Oh no. He's saying that it's froze for 8 minutes, Oh no. Yeah, 8 seconds. Oh no. Who's here? Who's here? We got a guest user up in the building. Who's that? Who we got there? Let me just put you through onto the Skype discussion. Jeez. I can't tell. Is that Maku up there? Let me see. Where is this? Why is this not coming through? Let me see. Let me see. NDI source. Let's get it popping. 1 second. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go to active speaker. Boom. Testing, testing. There you go.
Yo, can you hear
Talk
me?
to me. Talk to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big up, Kalam. Jeez, my brother.
Come on.
Oh, man.
Man. We live, baby. We
I
live.
missed it. Oh, man. I missed being a Titan. I missed you, bro.
Jeez.
Like, yo, man, we've been struggling without you, man. Like, yo. Yeah, we need that. We need that Kalam knowledge back, man.
Hey.
You get me? So
Hey.
good, man. It's good to see you, man.
I'm hearing that you're on the debating field right about now. I'm hearing that you're dropping presentations and stuff. Come on, you already know.
I'm one of the Titans, yeah. So
you already
just
know.
Continue the works while you was away, like.
Hey,
you know what I mean?
Hey.
I noticed you reviewed the debate me and Shakara, our Abrahamics out of are they African?
Mm-hmm. Wait. Don't say
that was a big L, man. That was a big L. I mean, I could have done better, but I mean, L was for my brother still.
I haven't reviewed it, you know. I haven't reviewed it. No?
Nah, you should have. It was good. It was good. It was definitely good.
I haven't even viewed it to review it.
Yeah. You just did your own one. I think you did your own one, right?
No, I did. I got Shakara to come on because I saw his presentation.
Yeah.
On his channel.
Yeah,
he done. But I was looking for the actual debate, and
Jedi's got it on private,
and he's got it on private. So I was like,
sugar, so if you're a member, yeah. But now I think you should be able to access it because right at the moment the membership is on suspension. But I'll get him to free it up.
Okay.
Just a text on that. Yeah, he will do that for you, especially.
Unless. I don't know if it was a presentation you had, unless you want to come on TITANSTV and present that information.
Okay. Yeah, man. I'll do that.
Because we could definitely
Just give me a day, preferably like a weekend, because during the weeks now I started a course, trying to do the security course.
Yeah.
SIA. I just done the construction one.
Mm-hmm.
So now I just started. This is my second week in the security course.
Jeez,
right. They're easy, man. But you know. We gotta try and do it. You know the ones there, like, I'm back at college. It's so weird. It's so weird, man. Yeah, all these young students walking around me and that, and like, it's mad. Trying to find classroom and all. Lunch break time, and all this. That's all right. It's a 5-week course, so
back to that again, you know. Oh my god.
You know what it is as well. A good thing. I wish I had seen Brother Garfield when he came to Speaker's Corner. If I'd known he was in England, I would have reached there.
Yeah.
You get me? We're not trying to go down there no more necessarily. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if the right people are there and the right circumstances, I would mosey on through there. You know what I mean? But yeah, what I'm interested in is, you see Jabari, right? Mm-hmm. Brother Jabari, he's good friends with a friend of mine who moved to America.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I'm saying? And he came back over once for a trim and explained to me that his first travel to a museum was with Jabari.
Okay.
That he knows his family and everything and blah, blah, blah. So I was like, really? But my interest with Jabali is like they try and do, there's the spiritual, religious aspect of Kemet.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I mean? There's two different styles. And I feel that the side that he's fighting on is not the correct stance, but it is in a sense. Do you get it? It's like a later ideology within the Kemetan system. Do you get it?
Yeah.
But the initial system is not based on that. It's based on kingship.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Okay.
So like Osiris was one of the best examples of kings of Egypt.
Yeah.
So after him, every other pharaoh wanted to be of that status, which is the Christ concept. Comes through Haru, innit? So, it's interesting. And I do like to. I've watched a couple of debates where he tried to prove that it's a religious thing, and then brother Reggie, trying to prove the opposite. Like, no. It's that there's no. Where's the gods? What's this?
Yes, when Reggie comes on, yeah, listen.
I love brother Reggie.
Reggie, he's not having it. He's like, no, he's not effing with all that spiritual, religious mumbo jumbo.
Right. Thank you.
I love Reggie for that. I love Reggie for that still. Like, I can't even lie, because
yeah.
And I feel, well, hold on, let me just see who just joined. Somebody just joined. I don't know if I can see them though. Let me see. Grid view, speaker view. I don't know. If you joined,
2 or 4. There's 2. It seems like there's 2, is it?
Yeah. If you're there,
there's 2 or 4. Yeah.
Quickly say something, and then you'll be able to be seen on the screen. And then we'll circle back.
Yeah, what was that?
But yeah, because me, the way I see, I take it from the philosophical side.
Philosophical, right?
The philosophical side, you know, and I'm not going to even deny that there is a cultic. They call, well, when you go into Egyptology, they call it the cultic side when you're dealing with inside of the temple stuff.
Right.
There is certain rituals that are done, but they're done. How can I put it? It's science.
Jeez!
Who's this?
Jeez, my lad, brother Garfield. Big up yourself, my G. Come on, man. Yeah.
And you see what I can't see? Wait, let me just create. Let me create another source. Let me duplicate this source here.
Yeah.
Boom. Let's see. Copy. Let me paste. Can you paste it? Paste it. Boom. And then let me create.
Yeah, big up, brother Garfield, man. Oh, go on.
Peace.
I wanted to come and link you, man. If I'd known you was in England, you get me? I would have come to speak on that.
I know that. It was a last minute thing, but we did a lot though.
Yeah.
I came with 200 books, sold the books, and was out. You know what I'm saying? So
okay.
Did a couple of book signings last minute and all that type of stuff. So that was good. You know. So
right. Yeah. You wanted to? Obviously. You come to Speaker's Corner, you have to meet the real debaters. Because last time it was me and Seti, right?
Right.
Yeah, it was me and Seti, and we was getting ready. Like, when he comes back next time, he gonna get that work. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because Seti, I'm a big fan of that Dagger Squad and all of that. You know what I'm saying? And I know, obviously MBK, all of them, man. We also used to be in the hangouts.
Right.
With Kalam,
We're trying to set up a debate with me and brother Daniela.
Okay.
To do a debate in England and UK and probably Birmingham on King James, the whole King James thing. I think that would be
yeah. Because these man think he's black. What kind of stupidness is this?
Hey, listen, man. He's saying I'm wrong, he's right, so we just gonna deal with it.
No. Obviously, you know brother Terry, right? Terry Briggs.
Yeah, man. Terry Cameron would be his man. Terry Cameron.
One time, yeah, we had this the same debate in the hangouts, right? So it wasn't live or anything, right? So Terry just came from the museum. Yeah. They say, you want to see a real picture of King James. in the frame, in the thing, in the glass and everything. You can't get more the whitest thing. Yeah. James Stewart. You're right. You don't need to fix up. You know what I'm saying?
When I went through the National Archives and I saw some images of King James I've never seen before. I don't even see them on the internet. So the guy at the archive pulled this book out. Hold on, let me see where the book's at. I don't even want to show it because I'm gonna save it for the debate. And when he had the book, I said, let me copy that. Let me take some pictures out of it. But then when you go to the British Library, they have the books. So I bought the book on the spot, bro. I had to buy that, and I had to buy another book on Charles II, the primaries.
Right.
Hey, Kalam, you have your YouTube open because it's echoing.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. It's echoing. YouTube's not even open. Give me a second, though.
Yeah.
Give me a second.
Yeah, the King James debate is a mad one because we've definitely covered it many times. And the only reason why I'm interested in the kings of England and stuff, because I saw. Do you remember Kalam when that the black brother won Mastermind back in the day?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go on.
Yeah, he won Mastermind, but what he did in the middle of these Mastermind, it was he done his specialist subject, right? And then it came to the second round, right? And he wasn't expected to win, right? But what he did, they asked him a question about one of the kings of England. So he done this nursery rhyme. Do you get what I'm saying? To try and remember the order of kings. And that sparks my interest. Like, hold on, how come I don't know that? So I spent time going to do research on all the kings of England and how they, follow each other and blah, blah, blah in that route. Because obviously you look first for the most significant ones, the one who came with the Magna Carta, which is Henry, and then, the other Henry VIII, as coming in, changing the rulings and blah, blah, blah. King James is obviously a significant one because he's like Nama of England. The first one to unify England and Scotland, right? Yeah, so he's the British Nama. But to say that, but he's a prince of Scotland, so I don't know, how he suddenly turned Nubian. But what we found in the research, there is more than one James Stewart, right? But the James Stewart that some other people are talking about is not a king.
Testing. Hold on 1 second. I just want to see.
Yeah.
Because they're saying there's an echo, but I can't even hear the echo.
I can't hear the echo. I didn't hear anything.
I can't hear the echo though. I can't hear the echo. Family Tree, let me know if the echo is there or if it's not there. Because I can't hear it. I was about to put in some headphones and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, go true.
Yeah, so yeah, that King James stuff, it was definitely like, we done it. We did the research on it.
Yeah.
All the kings of England.
Let me tell you something about King James real quick, right? That I learned. And I got to give Daniel a shout out because I've never really researched King James in depth.
Right.
And I think one of the things is, if he's black, it kind of kills their entire doctrine because he can't be black. But what happened is, I'm watching an IUIC video, right?
Right.
And the IUIC video, the dude said, "Oh, King James is black. Look at their funeral." Because at his funeral, they said they compared King James to King Solomon. So the dude quoted Solomon 5:10 because Solomon 5:10 says that Solomon is white in the English version. Right. So the dude was comparing that. So he said, "Look, you see at his funeral, they know he was black. Solomon 5:10. So the guy, he said, "Read." So the guy said, and Solomon was white. I'm like, no, not that one, not that one. No. He got busted. So he said, go back to Solomon 1:6. He's black and he's comely. But he wasn't even talking about Solomon. He was talking about the sister that was there. The daughters of Solomon or daughters of whatever.
But didn't they put their hand in something that made them white, right? It was something something
in
happened.
Hebrew, white don't necessarily have to mean white per se. But in the English version, they're comparing Solomon to him because the British felt like they were the whitest of all white.
Right.
So if you dark and they're white, they call you black or dark or swarthy. That's where the confusion comes from with the Hebrew Israelites. Every time they see swarthy, they think it's somebody that look like me or Kalam or you, more like you, which is not correct. So you see in some guys writing, the Clark guy, I forgot his name. They always use him. This guy is black, and it doesn't mean black per se. It does mean the person is darker than them. It's like a brunette, white brunette. That's what they would call it. So white when they call Al Capone, they call Al Capone dark and swarthy. Shit! Al Capone whiter than white.
Come on.
Yo, I got the primaries. They call Al Capone white. I mean, dark and swarthy.
Swarthy, yeah. I only learned that term recently because of one, on some research, and then secondly, some Hebrew Israelites was doing some research and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, and for the record, for anybody that's claimed that they're a Hebrew Israelite, no one can be a Hebrew Israelite. That term is not used in the biblical text, for one.
That's correct.
And two, the Jacob is not considered a historical individual. So whoever want to stem from him from a biblical perspective, you got to prove Jacob is a real person. You can't come from a eponymous ancestor and claim. It's like in Rome, right? You go to Rome right now, they're not messing with the old Roman religions. They're messing with Christianity. But they used to say Romulus is where Rome come from. That's where the name come from.
Yes, of course.
Just like how Jacob is Israel, and that's where Israel come from. So what happened is he's called the eponymous ancestor. So he's not real, but they claim they come from him. But they know it's not real. But with Israel, they claim Israel, they are from Israel, and he wasn't a real guy. But hey, it is what it is.
I feel. You know me, I'm the original Israelite killer. It's peak. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's one video I did at Speaker's Corner, that the brother MPK brothers, put in their group, and I was in the group with them, and they were playing this video, and I said, "This is my video." You get it? And they were like, "Nah, this guy took this Hebrew Israelite guy to school, like proper thing." And then they even formed little groups online talking about no Israelites allowed. No Hebrews.
For real? Give me a second, guys. Give me 1 second.
Yeah. Hey, that man on this Israelite thing, man. A lot of people think I'm kind of cool with it, man. I understand some brothers' point of view, but I find that now a lot of more evidence has pushed it in our direction, Kalam. You know what I'm saying? Like Nigerians now, Yorubas and Igbos, obviously. That story has been about for a little while, but the Yorubas, not so much. But now, more recently, they've tried to make that connection, which we're not going to argue with, because somebody has to be, descendant of those people. And if we're saying they're African, because the whole word of 12 tribes, just puts it in the realm of, that situation. Do you get what I'm saying?
I'm trying to give me a second though.
So what about you, man? What about you? Who you gonna debate? Like, I ain't seen you. I know you. You just do wax, man. Before it was a case of. I'll have a debate at Speaker's Corner. Yeah, you are the one who made Shamsi do rebuttal. That's what I'm gonna say. Or clarification video, because he knew you was going home to do a live stream. You know the ones there, so he quickly get his in. Yes, let me just clarify. I was talking to Brother Kalam earlier, and he said this and these Kemets and you know what I'm saying? Yeah, because he knows what's coming later.
Oh man. We about to get it in. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Family, let me know. Ooh. Hold on. Give me a second. Turn me up. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Let me know. Let me know how this sounds. All right, family, give me a little feedback. I've just switched the mics over. Do you hear an echo? Yes or no? Drop a 1 if you hear an echo. Drop a 2 if you don't. If not, let me just change it back over. Wicked echo they're saying. God damn. All right, I'm turning this off. I'm turning this off. Just mute that. No. Testing.
I'm back.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Do you lot hear an echo? Yes or no? Testing. 1, 2, 3. 1 if you hear an echo. 2 if you don't hear an echo. I've just changed it up again. Let me know. Number 2 if you don't hear an echo. Let me know. Jeez. Yeah, buddy. All right. No echo. Cool. All right. We're sorting it out then.
Good.
We're sorting it out, baby. But it's long to be holding this though. Jeez.
Kalam is the technical guy, so you know how to solve all these issues.
Yeah, you're the master. You get me? We're missing the shows anyway, man. Like, there used to be some juicy ones. Oh my God. You get me? Talk with the Titans was I'm
just letting you know. I'm waiting for Brother Garfield to come true, you know.
Well, you know what?
Yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come on and do like a connection that we find with a lot of cultures with the area, and don't centralize on Egypt. Because for me to say Egypt has no influence on the culture, I would be lying. What I know is that let's do a process of elimination. If we eliminate Assyria out of the Bible, would the Bible survive? If we eliminate Persia, would the Bible survive? If we eliminate Egypt, would the Bible survive? If we eliminate Babylon, Sumer, and Mesopotamia, would the Bible survive? That's how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna come on there. I'm gonna probably come on next Friday and do it and show and just walk people through and say this may have influenced this because of syncretism, but we can't say somebody's directly ripping off, because if the Babylonians live in the the area. If they live in Babylon and they come back and they say, hey, all of a sudden they come back with a Noah story that's connected to that, to Babylonian water stories and flood stories.
Yeah, but Babylonian stories.
I know Dr. York used to deal with Babylonian a lot, Sumerians a lot too.
Right.
And what happened is, originally he used to deal with Sumer a lot, then they got into this whole Kemet thing. I don't know what went wrong.
No, what it is, Garfield, is schools of thought. Yeah. So once you went to the school of, you were in the school of Atum Re, which is Kemet, right? And then you were in the school of Anu and all of these Enki and Enlil, which is Sumer, right? And then we also went into our African traditions who came out of that. Because you got to remember that Egypt is just a culmination of all parts of Africa centralized, and we made our first university. That's our first university.
Yeah, I think Egypt was just an amalgamation of different cultures and ideas that was just syncretized in one spot that we could communicate. It's like Bes. We don't think Bes is an indigenous deity for Egypt, but it come from some part in Africa. No, what I'm bringing is scientific evidence. You know, we have evidence that watermelon comes out of West Africa and went to Kemet. We have information showing sickle cell trait started 7,200 years ago in Kemet and spread it to Egypt, spread it to the so-called Middle East. We have the people migrating that way. We have the Yoruba people with genetic markers of 7,500 years showing that they migrated that way.
Yeah, we definitely. Do you know, brother, we got 150 words, Kemetan words. Who's Kemet? When you got 150, and then a linguist I brought up and I played the video says no one doesn't borrow words. You don't borrow words from another language. It is the same language. It's now just got a different dialect. That's all. But some words hasn't even changed.
All right. So, for example, Christopher Eric talks about Enyame and Nzambe and talk about how the concept of having no other God but that God, where they got that concept from in Judaism, and trace it back to actually Africa. Christopher Eric, the linguist, which is, linguistics is not an exact science.
No.
But I think what we need to understand is that everybody influenced the Hebrews, because if you look in something called textual analysis, right, when they're trying to date scripts and date stories, they go back to the cultures that have the similar stories and said the Jews lived at the 5th century BC here, so they may have. I'll give a quick example. Leviticus 18 says that you can't have sex with your family, meaning that you can't have sex with your family, basically, right?
Incest, right? Yep.
So if two men can't have sex because they are family members, why would you need a law that says that men can't lie with men? What it means is that it evolved.
Used to do it, right?
Right. They used to have sex with men is allowed. Right. And if you go in 2 Kings, you see the men are having sex with prostitutes in the temple. It's in the Bible right now. That's in 2 Kings. So we know homosexuality is there. But the issue is you could have sex with men. Men could have sex with men, but you can't have sex with your family members. That was the issue. So now what happened is, when did they change to say that men can't have sex at all? The scholars track it down to Persia. Because in Persia, you can't have sex with men. They kill you. They think that you should die. So you see the same type of rule in the Bible. So they say that, you know what? Maybe at that point is when the priest would change that law to say don't have sex with men, because we find it in an empire, because the empire get preference than the person that's a subject to the empire. So that means you won't find Persia learning a lot from Israel. You'd find Israel taking a lot
from Persia. Right. Because of their age as well. And listen, our thing is timeline. For some of these civilizations, we're not having a conversation. When we're really talking about Egypt or Kemet or Sumeria, none of these other civilizations are in existence yet. A lot of them, they come after the fact. So this is why there's such a thing like, they stole that information.
I think we run into a lot of problems. And peace and love to the chat, by the way. I think we run into a lot of problems where we say that this person originated something just because we have a writing before it. I think we fall into a trap, because you can't tell what somebody in all the way in the bottom of South Africa is thinking at a time period. You can't track that time period. What we have is a written culture, and we are spoiled. Right. Egypt and Sumer spoiled us because they had actual writing and left it back. So we look at them as superior when really people migrated. Sumer was a swamp when naphtha ply was built. Right. So when I hear people arguing about Sumer is before
Egypt, it's ridiculous.
At 6,000 BC, this place was a swamp. At that time, we was mapping out the stars and using naphtha ply to align it or doing something with it. It's something that we're building. And as a matter of fact, they have a building, they have some big stones in West Africa, and scholars are saying that the mastabas that Egypt has was influenced by those big stones in West Africa. So that means if they are influencing Kemet, it's an outside people coming and building the mastabas, because the mastabas is the root of pyramids. Pyramids didn't just get built. Remember, they were mastabas first. Those are the things,
of course,
to bury the dead, and then they build on top of each other until they put it in a triangular form. So these are mastabas, and they're saying that might have been influenced by West Africans. So now, how are we going to prove that? We don't have no written records. What we do, we find these big stones and these big things that takes a long time period to build in West Africa before we see them in the area that we call Egypt today. And they said, hey, these people could have brought this technology to Egypt. I'm not saying it's 100% true, but scholars are moving in that direction.
That's interesting because us Yorubas are 75% of the population of Nigeria. That means a lot of the tribes are sub-branches of the Yoruba. You get what I'm saying? Apart from the tribes that were originally there, like the Abibio, there's many tribes that were there.
I'm not 100% sure on that statistic, but I know Nigeria has over 250 different dialects in that.
That's correct. That's correct.
It's good. Correct. It's good to know that they have it.
But what they do, even politically, it's the largest 4 tribes that do a rotating. You get what I'm saying? So it's the Yorubas, Hausas, Igbos. You get what I'm saying? And I don't know if it's Fulanese or someone, but yeah, there's 4, and they rotate, and they have a 10-year period. So anyone from that tribe will rule the country within that 10-year period. So now it's a Muslim. You know what I'm saying? It's the Hausas, and now we have Buhari. Do you know what I'm saying?
When is the first time the people in Yoruba ever consider themselves Egyptians?
I think it's been a difficult one to work out, but I kind of think I worked it out. What it is that the story of the Orisha, is not the story of the Orisha. It's really the story of the Neteru after leaving Kemet. Do you understand? The descendants of the Neteru, or even some of them originally, it's more likely to be the descendants of them, who first migrated out of Kemet and blah blah blah, because we have
what time period is this? Facts or is this your theory?
No, this is based on historical evidence from the Yoruba first, because you've got to understand it.
All right, listen to what I'm saying, beloved. Cause we're gonna break this down slowly. We're gonna slow this down a little bit.
I got you.
All right. The Yoruba have several oral traditions, and I want to give every oral tradition its own respect, right?
Yeah.
All right. Now, when was the first time? First, they asked Garfield why did he give his book to Hamza of all people in the park and for free.
Don't worry about Hamza, man.
Hamza for free.
Don't worry about Hamza, man. He was just there, innit? So like,
don't worry about that, family. That's just promotion. That's just promotion. Don't pay that no mind.
I was running library at Speaker's Corner, so I don't know what they're talking.
All right, now watch this. Watch this. When is the first time we have on record that the Yoruba say that they come from Kemet?
No, it's in the culture. It's in the culture.
In the culture that we have.
So in the cultural of the Orishas and all of that, we have a character named Oduduwa. Yeah. And Oduduwa is the son of Omradu. Yeah. But Omradu is Nimrod. Nimrod, Nimradu. Right. Yeah, you got what I'm saying? So, but Nimrod, it's not Nimrod that you think.
You say that Odu, say that again, because I'm going to bring up African Religions, a book right now. So that I'm going to spell his name. His name is O.
Yeah.
Du.
Yeah.
Please spell it. Odu.
Yeah. D-U again. W-A, no?
All right.
Oduduwa, yeah.
All right, so we have Oduduwa. All right, here we go. All right, so this is what I'm gonna do.
Right. Yeah, they're bad. You know why? Because and what's significant about his father being Nimrod? It's not Nimrod. It's actually Nama. Do you understand? Okay. So it's Nama. Nama, who is.
When do we start hearing this stuff that you're talking about? When's the first time?
Is in the original pantheon.
In the original pantheon.
Yeah, in the original pantheon of what we're saying, the Orishas, right?
No,
so that's our cultural story, right?
The question is, Maku.
Yeah.
When is the first time do we have in literature recorded that the Yorubas or someone within the Yoruba oral history claims to originate from Egypt, or that the Orishas themselves originate from Egypt?
No, there's no thing for the Orishas, but when it gets to Oduduwa, because Oduduwa, there's multiple stories of the beginnings, right? And one, it says Obatala created everything, right? And then in another version of it, it says Oduduwa does. Do you get what I'm saying? But in I would go with the original, saying that it was Obatala.
Can I share my page?
Yes.
All right, so this is what I'm gonna read. Something small thing first before I share my page. The Odu Ifa is the sacred text of the spiritual and ethical tradition of Ifa that has its origins in ancient Yoruba land, which is located in modern Nigeria. It holds a unique position among African religions as the only one that survived the enslavement, Holocaust, and colonialism and developed on an international level. In fact, Ifa is found in modified forms and under various names in numerous countries. For example, there's Lukumi in Cuba, Puerto Rico, and the United States, Budon in Haiti, Shango in Cuba, and Candomblé in Brazil. Ifa also retains its name and Orthodox form in Nigeria and has begun to grow in the United States in Orthodox and modified forms. Thus, the Odo Ifa remains a spiritual and ethical source for practicing an ancient living tradition for communities around the world.
It's just a practice.
Now, watch this now.
What you're mentioning is the practice, not the...
Watch this.
Sorry.
Now, Oduduwa, the Orisha Oduduwa or Oduduwa, has a complex history in Ifa theology that contains female and male conception of the Orisha. There is some scholarship that suggests Oduduwa was originally venerated as a female Orisha. Balulawi Uduwu takes this position given the goddess tradition in Yoruba land and word found in existing liturgy, even in Ile Ife, the sacred city of Ifa, where the male Orisha tradition is the strongest. All right, what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to leave that reading alone and I'm going to share my screen and show something very important to this conversation.
But anything else?
How do I share? Okay, here we go. Share screen. All right, let's see if I'm able to share my screen. All right, here we go. Beautiful. I'm able to share. All right, sharing? Now.
Okay.
Is it sharing?
Yes.
Oh, I can't see it. Is it sharing, Kalam?
Yep.
Nah, it's not sharing on the screen. Give me a second. Let me see if I can get it up.
Well, I can see it.
Yeah, but
West African sources, right?
Yeah. I think
several West African traditions indicate so.
It should be showing.
That's me.
Go on, Garfield, speak. It should be showing as soon as you speak.
All right. Yo. Yeah, I think it's sharing, but it's not. I'm not sharing. My screen is not being shared. Let me see. PG.
It's technical, but yeah, we'll work it out.
All right. All right. So you know what? Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. Let's not slow down the show with that.
So, yeah, I got you. Yeah. As I said, it's techie. We just this Skype is different from what we use normally.
Yeah, I do want to say though, we gotta, if you ain't subscribed to Titans TV, make sure you subscribe. Of course, you can go to my channel, Brother Garfield Podcast, subscribe over there. And today I'm actually gonna meet up with Son Netta and Captain Tazariak and what's his name? The brother that he's debating, Malik Zula Shabazz. We're gonna all meet up.
I remember.
Have like a pre-debate at the spot. So we're going to talk about that debate, and we're probably going to talk about the Jabari debate. The issue with Jabari debate now is that I want to do it in person, and I also want to do it at the Alhambra Ballroom, but we need a date from Jabari. The date is the issue, right?
Yeah.
All right. So that's the issue.
Yeah, we have to get back to the old style, man. Yeah, even online's fine, but I'd really appreciate the old style with the old. You know what I mean? I'm from an older generation, right? Man's nearly 50 and that. So I'm Ashwa Kwesi, John Henry Clark, all of these, scholars who actually used to come back with their findings and do debates that way. So there's slideshows. They'll be in the picture. You get me? Yeah.
Somebody said there's an echo.
They keep saying that, but.
Damn. All right. Should be no echo now.
Okay. As long as their volume control.
Test it though. I'm trying to get. I can't see Garfield on the screen. Garfield, say something.
You. I'm here.
Yeah.
You don't have your camera on.
Yeah, your camera's closed. Yeah.
Hold on, let me turn on my camera. I don't know why it not turned on. Yeah, there we go. All right, we good.
There we go.
Okay.
You think that's why I wasn't sharing?
Most probably. Try sharing it now. See what happens.
Yeah, try right now. Let's see what happens.
We can see. Let me just see something. Give me a second. Keep it up there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've been fighting these guys on this Obia thing, Garfield. Can't take it. Everybody who come out of consciousness seems to fall into unconsciousness and start dealing with babalawos and all of this type of Hindu type stuff. Everything that's not us. You know what I mean? A man are trying to make us buy into it. It's crazy.
I think everybody should make up their own religion, man. That's what I think.
Well, I don't even think, as I said, we didn't.
Listen. You see, when you start believing what somebody else believes, it's like, say, for example, everybody believes there's a God, right? Mm-hmm. Your connection to that God. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
If everybody believed in a deity higher than them, a supreme being, right?
Right.
Everybody should have their own connection to that being. You're not supposed to say, hey, may I go through General Yahana, or I'm going through Farrakhan, or I'm going through Dr. York, or I'm going through Noble Drew Ali, or I'm going through Master Farrakhan. You gotta have a connection directly to that deity. Nobody's supposed to have you want somebody that's not supposed to have the same connection. All right, because everybody's independent. If you want to have the same connection as somebody else, you're about to be a part of a cult. That's
true facts.
So that's why I don't really mess with all these people that have groups and all that stuff. I don't want to be a part of that. If I'm gonna,
I came out of it. I'm known for slaying my own Nubian or Sabian, what they're calling themselves now. You get me? Yeah, I was given this title by one of my brothers. I was Nainefa boys when I was over in America. I'm dealing with a certain man. I was on Fifth Dynasty. You get what I'm saying? I was doing thing before I went to Speaker's Corner. So it was arguing with another Nubian who said they don't know you in England. I said, is it? Oh, that's not fair. You know what I'm saying? Then I started watching Kalam's videos and I saw Sarah, and then he must have made a video about somebody had tried to attack his family or something, his missus, and dox him and all of that. I didn't know about none of that. So I messaged him and he told me to come to the park. And I came like hands gripped, like anyone say anything, Yeah, I'm gonna knock them out. Yeah, but when I got there, it was so different. You get what I'm saying? It was so different. I was like, rah, this is an opportunity where I can speak my mind and give them the knowledge that I've learned over years. Nah, it's peak for them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Man, them not play games when it comes to this thing. Like, we're roadman. You know what I'm saying? When roadman got, well, you know, roadman got knowledge and whatever. But at the same time, it's like, rah, okay, I've been doing this with the American brothers and sisters, so I know how to debate, how to roast, how to do all of. You get what I'm saying? All of that.
Right.
It was just coming back on this side. Then I got to Speaker's Corner in front of the camera. Kalam's there. You get me? Now, the first time I saw Kalam, I was like, yo, because I'd been on TITANSTV, and then I met him at Speaker's Corner. Yo, I thought you were short, Kalam. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? On all those streams, he used to sit on the sofa, innit? Yeah. He was on the sofa, and I don't know if the sofa was low.
He's a
this
giant.
nigga a giant, bro. Giant. They all are. You get me?
Hey,
me and my
quickly,
measly,
shout
my
out,
measly 6
Terry
foot
Riggs
is
right
dead
now.
for
Terry
food
Riggs
for
up
them.
in the building. What's good?
Big up Uncle Terry. Big up Brother Terry, sorry. I'm saying Uncle.
Yeah, hold on, let me share the screen real quickly. I'll be back in 1 second though. But drop that knowledge.
Yeah, so what are you saying about this now, Garfield?
Yeah, is it up?
Yeah.
Yeah? So we can't see it on the screen. Oh, there we go. All right, cool. All right, so pretty much we're going to look at West African sources. This is from a book called Black Enslaved by David M. Goldberg, The Origins and History of the Curse of Ham. So several West African traditions indicate a genealogical connection between Black Africans and the ancient Canaanites. Mohammed Bello, a scholar and second Sultan of Sokoto in Hausaland, northern Nigeria, wrote a history of the Yoruba in 1812. He included this account of Yoruba origins.
Hold on 1 sec. How's it Hausa writing about Yorubas? It doesn't even make sense.
Nobody's saying Hausa.
Hold on, wait.
Nobody's saying Hausa is writing about Yoruba.
Oh, it just looks like that, no?
All right.
Is he not a Hausa, no?
No.
Okay. Okay.
All right. The people of the lands of Yoruba are from the remnants of the people of the Banu Canaan, who were the tribe of Nimrod.
Ooh,
the reason for their dwelling, hold on, beloved. Hold on. The reason for their dwelling in the West, based upon what has been narrated, is that Arab ibn Khattan drove them out from Iraq towards the West. They then journeyed between the lands of Egypt and Abyssinia until they reached the lands presently known as Yoruba.
That's facts.
In every land in which they passed, they left behind a group of their people in that land. It is said that the indigenous blacks who reside in the mountains in this region is from them. Likewise are the people of Yaru from them. The explorer Hugh Clapperton visited Bello in Sokoto and copied large parts of Bello's work, which he later published. The story of Yoruba origins corresponds to what Bello wrote, except that Clapperton has the Canaanites originating not from Iraq, but from Arabia. Another traditional history has the Yoruba coming from Medina. Still others put their origin in Mecca. Another West African source, the Kano Chronicle, details the history of the Hausa people of northern Nigeria, whose origins, it claims, lie in two migrations, one from Baghdad and one from Canaan. Older scholarship accepted the historicity of these migration stories. The consensus of scholarship today, however, does not. Robin Law and others have concluded that the Yoruba stories are legendary. The more general view nowadays, at least among academic historians, is that these traditions of migration from the Middle East are to be explained by the expansion of the influence of Islam in sub-Saharan Africa in relative recent times. The concern of African peoples to claim origins from the Islamic world reflects no more than a desire to relate themselves to what was seen as prestigious world civilization. Similarly, Murray last wrote of the Hausa accounts in the Kano Chronicle that they are almost wholly legendary, reflecting 16th or 17th century anachronisms. An indication of the Islamic influence is the adoption of various Muslim traditions and personalities in these stories of origins. As law has shown, these traditions and personalities were adapted even to fashion stories that legitimate opposition to Islam. These are some of the sources that were used, whatever, right? But listen to this right now. The claims of origins in East goes beyond the Yoruba and Hausa. Law mentions the kings of Ghana who claim descent from the Caliph Ali, the son-in-law and fourth successor of Muhammad. The founder of the first royal dynasty in Songhai, believed to be of Yemeni origin. The royal dynasty in Mali, which claimed descent from two companions of Muhammad. And the royal dynasty in Borno, which claimed descent from Saif ibn D. Yazan, who, although living before the time of Muhammad, can be thought of as a proto-Islamic hero, as a defender of Mecca against Christian imperialism. The Saharan Kunta people traced their descent to Uqba ibn Nafi, the commander of the Muslim conquest of the Maghreb in North Africa. So too the Berbers, who claim a Canaanite or Yemenite ancestry. The genealogical claims made by virtually every significant Arabic and Berber-speaking noble group in the Sahel invoke an Arab Muslim origin. And more, Morilas writes to me, in the 1960s, my professor and I did a survey and an account of all the peoples in West Africa for whom there were traditions, of all the peoples that claimed a Middle Eastern origin, and when we reach 43, we call it today. More such stories are coming up almost every year. Lastly, the explanation given for these genealogies, that they reflect the inhabitants' desire to relate themselves to what was seen as prestigious world civilization, makes sense for the genealogies that are traced to Muslim or proto-Muslim heroes. But how can they explain the traditions that consider the ancient ancestor to have been Canaan, who is not considered to be the forefather of the Muslims or Arabs? The Arabs trace their genealogy to Shem, not to Canaan. The answer seems to lie in the common Muslim tradition examined above, which goes back to the 7th century, that Canaan was the ancestor of the Kushites and other dark-skinned African peoples. It does not seem unreasonable to conclude that this tradition influenced some of the inhabitants of West Africa as Islam moved westward into the continent. And let me also say that if you know anything about the Bible, Canaan and Cush are brothers. But in the Muslim world, the Kushites are descendants of Canaan, which shows that the oral traditions were actually influenced mostly by Arabs.
I don't even know. I mean, they are Arabs, no? The original black folk are Arabs, no? Because Arab only means to traverse a desert. Right?
Well, I'll use the term Muslim then, if you feel more.
So yeah, no, if it's when they say Arab, they should say, and they usually say who they are. They usually say like pale Arab. Yeah, so we clearly know, like after certain dynasties, after the Prophet died, for example, like they were the Umayyads, yeah, and then when the Abbasids came in, they were pale Arabs from Damascus. Do you know what I'm saying? So there were Arabs already. There were Arabs in Sudan, obviously, as you know. Do you know what I'm saying? The Sudanese people, there's tribes of them who are been desert dwellers and all of that. So there's no surprise in that. But yeah, I didn't understand some of the confusion though. It's just like, these are what the people say, right? So you can see clearly that obviously the Yorubas do their thing back to Nama, right? I mean, back to Nimrod, but it's not Nimrod, it's Nama, because Nimrod is considered, I mean, Nama is considered Nimrod because of his depictions, right?
No,
the
sir.
Depictions.
No, sir.
Sorry.
No historian teaches that.
No, I'm saying that
Nimrod is not even, hold on, beloved. Let's wipe out belief for a second. Nimrod is considered to be a fictional character.
We're not talking about Nimrod, the fictional character, as in from the Bible.
Yeah, but that's the only place we found that word. We found it in a Syrian text.
No, but our thing is Nimrod. Yeah, this Nimrod was Nama or Menes.
No, right? Sir. No, sir.
Hold on 1 second. Because of the simple fact.
Where did you get that from?
It's a simple fact. One second. Yeah. If you go to that region, yeah, which was an Egyptian province, right? Correctly, right?
What was an Egyptian province?
Sumer. That all the what do they say, the Fertile Crescent or whatever they call it.
That was never an Egyptian province.
Yes, it was.
When was that, my brother?
Over many things. I mean, any recorded events from that situation.
Listen, well, hold on. One thing you gotta learn about Garfield. Hold on 1 second. I don't make up shit.
I don't make up shit either.
Nobody says. I have to have the facts in my face.
Well, just remember, you're dealing with the UK polite. Without the funny business.
Hold on a second. Love it. Hold on 1 second. Let's put down everything on the table. And let's do a source. Source it up. As we say in the United States, source up or shut up. Right? So I have to follow that rule because that's what I teach by. All right. So if you don't have a source for it, don't tell me you're gonna find it 2 weeks from now. If you don't have it, don't talk about it. Because I'm gonna ask you for a source.
All right, cool. But I'm saying we supposedly just having a conversation. If this is a debate, that's no problem. I would definitely think.
It's not a debate.
But if you don't let someone explain what they're saying, then obviously that's how it turns into a debate.
Go ahead.
Yeah, because what I was trying to say is that the reason Nama or Menes is considered the Scorpion King in those regions, as I said, it's the depiction of him holding a club and holding his victims' heads and all of that. That same depiction is in Egypt, and that same depiction is in Sumeria. In one place, it represents supposedly Sargon, who is the original Nimrod, yeah, or it represents Menes, because he went there to reclaim the area before he joined Upper and Lower Egypt, because that's what Nama's famous for, right? He started the dynasties and he rejoined Upper and Lower Egypt as one. So what he had to do prior to that was go on a campaign and reclaim all his territories on his side of what they're calling Upper Egypt. And Upper Egypt spread all the way into the Levant, way past Jerusalem and Israel, because that is still really close to them. Do you get what I'm saying? So they have evidence. There's, all sorts of suggestions to say that the Sumerians were Kemetans, and that everything they teach and preach and blah, blah, blah was only a copy or a reflection of the other culture. It's just a change in dialects, basically. So Isis became Ishtar, do you understand? And her son Tammuz, yeah, which is the same as Isis and Horus. And the fact that the place Sumer was named after Semakhet. So I think it was an Egyptian province. It's always been an Egyptian province. I think that they're trying to separate it. Do you get what I'm saying? Because of some reason, like it was a different set of people. But the fact that they both use cuneiform, do you get what I'm saying? They both use cuneiform. They use even cuneiform to communicate with each other. So while there was a ruler in a Sumeria or Akkad or whatever it was at the time, right? Yeah, because the Babylon is definitely comes after what's his name? Not Nimrod. We keep calling him Nimrod, but his name is Sargon, right? So Sargon, his story and his exploit, he built those cities. He built Karna, Babylon, and Uruk, or Ur.
So let's take a look at what you're saying, because this is a slide I'd made for a brother by the name of Zion Lex, and it seems like you're repeating a lot of things that he teaches. He teaches that Naram Sin is normal. He also teaches that Nimrod is normal. He also teaches that Sargon is a Scorpion King. And so what I'm trying to do is this. Let me just show a slide carefully here.
Is that how Zylex is going on? Yeah, big up Zylex.
Hold on. The dynasty of the Akkad people, right? You have Sargon, 2340 to 2285.
That's correct.
This is when he ruled in history. So how could he be normal? It don't make no sense. At the time period, hold on.
I didn't.
Are you gonna let me talk, beloved?
Yes, sorry. My bad.
I made you rant. I gave you the opportunity. I shut my mouth because I don't want you to interrupt me. All right, now watch this.
Yeah.
Now, if you look at this king's list, this is when Sargon existed, right? This is when he took over Sumer, because Sumer was their own culture. The Akkadians are Northwest Semitic speaking people that came in and took over southern Iraq or southern Mesopotamia, which is Sumer, right? So at 2340, we know Sargon existed. So he could not be Narmer because Narmer exists around 3100 BC, which is approximately 700 years before. It can't be the same person. Naram Sin, again, 2260. Great-grandson or grandson of Sargon ruled 2260. Can't be normal. All right? The people who are ruling at that time period are right here. So these people are ruling over Sumer. They have nothing to do with Kemet. There's no records of Kemet in Sumer at that time period. So I don't know where you're getting your information from. We have archaeology. This is the victory seal of Naram Sin. We have the victory seal. The original text written in Akkadian tells us that this stele was made to celebrate the victory of Naram Sin, king of Akkad, over Lolibi, a mountain people of the central Zagros. Naram Sin was the grandson of Sargon. I just said that. So how is it that these people are ruling Kemet is the same people when they're not? They're 600-700 years after. We got to stop misrepresenting history, bro. We got to stop that. And we have several documentation of Sumerians, and a simple Google search could do this. This is not even complicated. But what I do want to say is that we have records, as you can see here. We have evidence of people who are writing at different time periods because we have it. The Kesh Temple. We have the primaries from the Kesh Temple of this is one of the earliest written poems in the history of the world, the instructions of Shurupak. These are early writings in Sumer, earlier than a lot of writings that we find in Kemet. And they're writing in cuneiform. You are right. The Egyptians during the Amarna letters, during like the 19th dynasty and all that stuff, the Amarna letters around the 1400s, were written in Sumerian. So they were communicating in Sumerian. So yes, but generally no. Both people don't use cuneiform. The Egyptians normally use their own hieroglyphics and whatever. So I just want to make clear, because I don't want to be a party when somebody clip up this video and say, look, Garfield supports it. No, brother, I cannot support that because historically speaking, that's incorrect. I can't support that. I can't lie to the people.
Yeah, but one thing you can't do also, you can't question people's culture in that respect, because that's what they put down. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's kind of insulting for a man to say,
I'm sorry, you just said that I can't question the people's culture because they put down. What did they put down, beloved?
No, I mean these people that you're claiming sources from, are they of the culture and all of that? It's a bit, bro, I don't know.
I'm sure in primary.
You can no, but hold on. If somebody, sorry,
hold on. The instructions of Surapak, this is a primary source. I don't need anybody. All these people are doing is translating. The primary source exists. I don't care about who is doing it, but the translation is there. So if I'm showing you, say for example, if I'm showing you this right here, this King's List, this is from the website. What's the website called? Because we speak English, I don't speak Akkadian. So I need somebody to transcribe it in English. And that's what the person did with the King's List. They're getting this. This is a primary source. This is the victory stele. Somebody translated it and wrote what happened in English.
Sorry, a quick Google search will show you that the person who gave those dates, I don't know how correct they can be, because the system that they used in measuring how long a person thing was like one. It'd be like one like angled thing, which represented 3,500 years. So yeah, hold on one second, okay, my brother.
Okay, go ahead.
So it starts to get a bit weird with the Sumerian, Akkadian kings list, because the time periods that are meant to be thing are so tremendous. It's, you get what I'm saying? If what they're saying is true, then that list there is way off. You understand? Because this man is meant to have ruled for like, I don't know, a couple thousand years. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what's going on.
I'm sorry, what did you just say? Who ruled for a couple thousand years? Who was that?
The same, what do you say? Sargon and all of that. Like, if Sargon, you go through the...
All right, can you show me a source for that, for what you're saying? Because you're saying a lot of things.
Yeah. Sumerian's kings.
Let me take my screen off, and you post your source of Sargon ruling for thousands of years. I would love... Let's stay right there. I don't want to move off that point.
Right, let me see.
Because I want you to show us a source. I'm going to stop sharing Kalam, and I want to give him the opportunity, because I don't want to hog the spot. I want you, my brother, because I love proper information. And if I'm wrong, I don't mind saying, hey, you know what, bro? I'm wrong, bro. That's a bigger man. So what I'm trying to say is, maybe I'm wrong about Sargon on the king's list. So maybe if you can show me, go to Google, go to whatever you want to go, and show me a source that says Sargon lived for thousands of years. I would love to see that. I would love to see that source. I would love to see that.
Yeah.
Yes. Whilst Maku is bringing that up, give me a hot second, everybody. I want to just quickly jump in to, this upcoming debate that you have with Brother Jabari. And everybody who's tuned in right now, if you haven't hit the like button, I don't know what you guys are doing. You better start slapping the like button right now, because we got a fire show. We got the good Brother Garfield up in the building. It's going back to the old school days of Talk with the Titans.
Right, from Google Hangout days, right? I'm trying to raise my camera up, but for some reason, see if my camera came on. Okay,
yeah. There you go. All right. There you go. So let me just...
I'm a real person. I'm not a bot. I'm a real person, everybody.
See, we can make that. We need to make this image a bit bigger, though. Let's see.
Brother Maku, when you have that information, just tell Kalam and we'll just share it with the audience.
Yeah.
Remember, the claim is that Sargon lived for a lot of years, thousands of years. That's
right. That's correct. Let me see.
Right. So Kalam, what you saying about the debate?
Yeah, man.
You don't say you're biased towards Jabari now. Me hear it in your voice. Bridge.
I'm biased towards Jabari.
Yep, me hear it in your voice. But it's okay, though. It's okay.
I want to be real. Yeah, because I want to hold no bias, personally. But I was watching the videos that you were showing. The video that you showed yesterday, furthermore.
Yeah.
Of Jabari making a lot of claims. I'm well read when it comes to Egyptian information.
Yes.
And a lot of the claims that he made, I'm scratching my head to find the primary for the things that he's saying.
Right.
So I can't say I have a bias towards Jabari, because there's certain things.
I'm just messing with you. I know you ain't got no bias.
Yeah. There's certain things that goes against what modern day scholarship and academia is saying that Jabari is not in tune with. So I can't say I have a bias towards him. But I do think he may have a point. And the point that Jabari makes, let me get it hyped up right about now. The point that Jabari makes is that Christianity stole from Kemet. Now, anybody with open eyes, can clearly see that Christianity may not be a carbon copy, but we can definitely see the influence. We can definitely see the pervading spirit of Christianity is that of Kemet. And if I'm wrong, real quickly, everybody. If I am wrong, let me just be the hype man real quickly. Yeah? Boom, boom, boom. Here's the link. And tell me, shut up. What are you talking about, Kalam? I'm a Christian. Yeah, and there's nothing inside of Christianity.
They don't have to be a Christian to tell you that your premise is wrong from the jump. Because what we're saying is that a lot of cultures, Christianity has to do with somebody named Jesus, right? And him having followers. Now, I may not be able to show a direct source that Jesus existed, but I definitely could show you a direct source saying that they were Christians. And if they were Christians, they had to be following a Christ. So I could show you indirectly that there is somebody who they're following, who is died, and who somebody felt was a Messiah. Now, if I could show that for 150 years based off oral tradition alone, that based on the historical method gives me enough evidence. One, I could show that, hey, in the Bible, they say, why would you use the Bible to prove the Bible? No, Paul is considered, 7 of his books are considered legitimate, right? In his book, he does talk about Christ being crucified, right? We do have in the book of Luke, where it talks about internal evidence of the biblical text. A tradition exists of him dying at the hands of Pontius Pilate, right? He was crucified. We do have Tacitus now. So we have 3 sources within probably like a 50 to 60 year period that is stating to us that Jesus died. He was crucified. Tacitus, who was a senator, his job was to research all the pagan groups, which Christianity was considered a pagan group. So he was well researched on the Christians. So he may have heard a tradition from the Christians by studying them that, hey, what? This guy died. A real human being died. All right? Now watch this. People might say, people that follow Kemet might say, hey, Garfield, Paul don't exist and Peter don't exist. Okay, we have a source, Clement of Rome, at 90 AD, which is approximately 60 years after Jesus, who claims he saw Peter and Paul in Rome in the 60s. So we have an eyewitness testimonial, right? Then we have Paul and Peter as real people, but all scholars I know in ancient history of the biblical time period claims these people actually existed. All right? Now, how they prove it and go through the methodology, that's something that I would probably have to do in microwave it during the debate to just bring the point. But the issue is, let's look at it now. So I just proved there's a tradition of him being crucified by Paul, the internal evidence of the Bible, and by Tacitus. So we have 3 people within a 60 to 70 year period saying this happened to Jesus, right? To this Jesus guy. All right. Were there Christians in the 1st century that we have a record of? Okay. In the 70s AD, we have a record of the Serapis followers and the Christians fighting each other at odds, right? So we know that the Serapis followers weren't Christians, although we have this forgery that I know Jabari is going to bring up. I hope he's not listening, but he's going to bring it up anyway because he don't care about the truth. At 134, there's this thing that says that the Serapis followers were called bishops of Christ, so they were called Christians. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a forgery. I'll bring that out under debate. What happened now is we have Serapis followers and Christians fighting in the 70s AD. We have Tacitus documenting that the people that followed Jesus were called Christians. They were called Christians because there was a Christ that they followed. Then you have Tacitus documenting 64 AD, which is approximately around 30 years after Jesus died. You have Christians that were blamed for starting the fire in Rome. So 30 years after Jesus, you have a group that's called Christians, right? So there you have evidence from Nero. You that these people are Christians because they followed who was crucified by Pilate, right? Then you have in Acts, you have the writers following a tradition saying that Paul, while Jesus was alive, he was a contemporary of Jesus. People forget that. He lived during the time of Jesus, and he was persecuting who? Christians. So I asked Richard Carey and David Fitzgerald, and they all buck on this question. So if Paul is saying that he used to persecute Christians while Jesus was alive at the time period, who was the Christ that they were following at the time period, Kalam, that they were crucifying? Because if you are Christians, you have to have a Christ. You understand what I'm saying? So that's 3 sources that points out that they're Christians. Now, let me go to another piece of evidence. One of the apostles, Philip, had 4 daughters. His 4 daughters testified of what their father passed on, because secondhand eyewitness accounts are allowed during the historical method when you're talking about oral tradition. So whether Jesus exists or not, if you don't want to take that as evidence, that's fine and dandy. But in historicity and a historical argument, I could show by methodology that this man is a real man. Now, the Kemet people who follow Kemet, if you don't believe Jesus is real because he's a copy of Heru, that's fine. But the conversation is over if I prove Jesus exists. Because he don't have to copy nobody now because he's a real guy. Now, whether like what John Henry Clark teaches, that the stories that he has mimic some of Heru's stories are debatable. That's fine. We could go to the resurrection, the virgin birth, all that stuff. And what I'm telling y'all, Christians existed. And if Christians existed, they had to believe in a Christ.
Hold on. Hold that thought.
Verify. Go ahead, beloved.
Hold that thought real quickly, just to make sure. Family Tree, if you're here with me right now, let me know. Let me know you're enjoying it by simply hitting the like button. If you haven't already subscribed, hit the subscribe button and tell a friend to tell a friend that we're live right now, okay? Because we're not on here for much longer. We're here for a good time, but we're not here for a long time, okay? So please stay tuned. Who we got here? We got somebody that's just tuned in on the Skype. You know, let yourself be known real quickly before we move on. We give you 3.
Kalam.
Cheers.
You're a liar. And the Christians are... No, I'm just...
Hey.
I'm like, who I got to cuss off for Kalam today, man? He just coming out. This nigga coming on. I'm like, I'm ready to cuss somebody off for Kalam, man. What's up, bro?
Shout out to my brother Garfield. Shout out to my brother Kalam. Shout out to my...
King? How you been?
Oh, good. Just came from a Comic-Con the other day. Hey. I'm over here about to do my job. Look, I'm getting gray out here.
Yo, OG, I ain't seen you for ages, bro.
Yo, the cool hangout days made us get
gray. Man. Come on, man. Come on. Hey. This was one of my ministers of information up in the hangout days. Like, yo, when man just come on the panel and show his books. The books that he's got, like, yo, I got this one for you, Sniper. I got this one for you, Maku. Yo, big up a song, man. Come on, man. Chief!
Let me say one thing. And this is going to be a grand debate with you and brother Jabari. This is going to be good. I'm going to pay money for this one, matter of fact. Just because I want to see how this culminates. I want to see which one of you got the gumption to just take over and run the thing.
I saw it. You got my number?
No.
Link me on Facebook. I'm gonna give you my number. Cause me and you gonna
run.
Yeah. Because you see, I gotta come.
You're gonna need that research.
And Black Lion and Reggie and them type of people who read the text. I gotta convince y'all. You understand? Convincing the regular people don't make no difference to me. I gotta convince you, Reggie, Black Lion. I gotta convince people who can read the text what I'm saying. Because I'm saying this, I hope a lot of people know what I'm saying. I'm saying a lot of cultures influence the Jewish culture. Because remember, they were subjects to every empire. So you're going to find Egyptian culture, you're going to find Babylonian culture, you're going to find Persian culture, Greek culture, Assyrian culture, Arabian culture. You're going to find all those cultures in the Bible. The Ugaritic text is, I'm going to give you a quick example. We know Amenio influenced Proverbs, although it's 2 different stories. We see the wordings are similar. But in Psalms, we know Psalms 104 is influenced by, I forgot what the text is that it influenced by, the Egyptian text, right? Right. Hymn of Aten, right. But Psalms got 150 chapters. So if one is influenced by Kemet, one influenced the other 149. And I'm going to show y'all that the Ugaritic text influenced a lot of them. When they unloaded that library in 1929, it opened up a whole new thing. Now they had to do a whole new scholarly work called Ugaritic and the Bible because of how important they found poems, they found word for word. It makes Kemet's influence look like nothing.
No, I can't do that, man.
When you bring up Aten, Proverbs 22 and Psalm 104, I'm gonna bring up about 25 chapters, not even text verses. I'm gonna bring up 25 chapters.
Let me say
even Psalm 24. Even Psalm 24 is like It's bait.
Hold up. Here's what he's going to do, and I already know because remember we was doing this in the Hangouts a long time ago. The Sumerian text is almost word for word with the Christian text. And I remember me, you and Fortune dug it up, and I said I had word for word. I already know what you about to do.
Say that again. I don't think the people heard you. Say that again. I don't think the people heard you, bro. Say that again.
There's a Sumerian text that goes word for word with the Christian text, and dug it up a long time ago, and it's so word for word. It's going to be real hard to you can't get around that concerning the influence that the Sumerians had on the Christians. And we dug this up. What is it, 5 or so years ago? Yep. It's a long time ago. So
come on. There's more than one.
Comparisons. It's gonna be a big deal. I'm looking to see if he goes into the Gnostic text, to see if because once you start to go to the fathers, to see if he pulls out the book of the fathers to show them studying Egypt. And then I'm looking to see if you pull stuff out from the Bitten, where and even the bad story between Judah and Jesus that they wrote a long time ago, which appears to be dated, and I pulled out the primary in the debate to 1 AD. And if you pull that out, it's going to show that there was Christians worshiping Jesus and Jews who had an issue with it. And then you can start to really dig into who influenced what, who did what, and what have you. So if you look into the Bitten and you look into I think they say Judah shot Jesus out the sky with his cum and he fell into a urinary and all that other stuff, you're going to find in the primary resources portions of ancient Christians that may have been influenced by something different than ancient Kemet. Let's see how much you digged up.
Whew. I don't think, to be honest with you, I don't think Jabari is that deep.
No, that would be.
I don't think. By the way, let me respond to my brother in the chat. I don't have nothing personal against Jabari, man. Sometimes at HOK we hype shit up. I have nothing against my brother. That's my brother for life. So at the end of the day, we black, we brown, and we one people. We might have difference of opinions, but that's still my brother. Don't fall for the okie doke with that. Listen, if you heard a lot that you don't like, you're gonna hear a lot more that you don't like coming up to the debate. So that's how we do it. You know what I'm saying? That's all. You don't know that.
It's family.
We're gonna play a fine line. I'm just not gonna disrespect his family, his wife, and him. I'm not gonna go that far, but I'm gonna definitely beat him up, call him pseudo a couple of times. I'm gonna repeat that over and over. He's pseudo. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, that's just what it is.
So Garfield,
hey, go ahead.
Is it possible that Jesus, since he's a historical figure, according to Brother Garfield, according to
the consensus of scholars, not Garfield, the consensus of scholarship that says also that Moses and Jacob and Abraham ain't real. So it goes both ways. All right, but go ahead.
Right. Goes it.
Is it possible that this Jesus studied either in Egypt or Egyptian information? Modeled himself of Egyptian archetypes and teached Egyptian information at all?
I'm not gonna go too deep, but at the debate, I'm gonna prove that he never, even in the biblical text, he didn't even go to Egypt. I'm gonna show you what happened.
Wow.
Jeez.
I'm gonna show that in the story. If you read the story and the timeline, he couldn't have gone to Egypt. Somebody may have added that to the text. I'm gonna show it during the debate. I'm not going to now. But what happened is, if you read the story, you'll see that there's no way he went to Egypt, and there's no way, because in one story it tells when he was running, and one story says, he went down into Egypt, because the person who wrote it was trying to make the prophecy of Hosea come true. All right, hold on, let me break it down a little bit. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna break it down real quickly, real fast, without Jabari catching it. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna break it down real fast.
Are we saying, was that the first 2 or 3 chapters? Is it 2 or 3 chapters was an addition that never existed in the older texts? Is that what you're saying to me? Of that particular story?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying I know My Christian friends go. I know my Christian friends gonna be mad.
Kalam.
Yeah.
Question. If he did study in Kemet, would he have known of the Haru story? And is the Haru story the Christ story? Interesting.
Hold on a second. No,
Garfield.
Oh
no, it's not. Let's stop playing that Gerald Massey game for a second. Primary sources. We have Gerald Massey, Achara, SD, and Murdoch. We have Tom Harper. We have also Kersey Graves. We have all these people who are the master teachers for Jabari. Josie Maccabi. I'm not going to blame the elders like Dr. John Henry Clark or Dr. Ben or even Schomburg for bringing some of these scholars into the community. Back then they didn't have Google, they didn't have the research methodology that we have today. So the elders, I'm not going to bash y'all. I'm not even going to bash Ashra Crazy and Ray Higgins no more. What I'm going to do is I am going to add on to their scholarship and say, hey, this is what I have discovered. Since you elders have found this, I found this. Now we might disagree, but this is where scholarship is at today. So forget about what John Henry Clark said and hold it as gospel. Let's see what the scholarship is today. Because if you don't want to be bashing on elders and saying, oh, that elder was pseudo, we're not doing that. All I'm saying is, yo, you're making up your face. John Henry Clark can be wrong, bro.
No, I'm not even saying that. Yes,
they
of course,
all can be wrong. But I am not going to use, I'm not going to do the appeal to scholarship and say, oh, I'm better than Dr. Clark. No, we are lucky. We're in a new age technology time period where we have Google, we have scholarly articles online that addresses these issues. If somebody's doing their PhD, they might pick a certain topic and they now found information. It's like Ola Uda Equiano. Ola Uda Equiano was saying, bro, they say that the dude was born in Nigeria. Come to find out, he wrote down that he come from South Carolina when he going on the ship. So we like, hold up, how you come from Nigeria and you a Jew, are partly trying to connect yourself to Jews, but you on record writing when you're 28 years old that you come from South Carolina, when you was a free man. Not when you was a slave, when you was a free man. So these are the type of things that people get on from learning scholarship today by going through primary research and looking over records. Dr. Clark never had that. Dr. Ben never had that. We have that today. So we are at a, look at J.A. Rogers. J.A. Rogers, who John Henry Clark and Dr. Ben respect so much, and Ivan Van Sertima. Bro, the dude would fly to France to find a source. He had to go there and look in their libraries. And this is a black man. He had to fly to Europe. He had to fly to England. He had to fly all over.
I tend to...
Right now, all you got to do, Kalam, is go to British Library online and put your membership number in, and you get anything you want. He didn't have that.
Facts.
So at the end of the day, we are at an advantage more than what the elders had. So the elders might make errors here and there. I'm not here to bash no elder. I love the elders. If it wasn't for the elders, I couldn't go to England and do what I did. I couldn't go there and people swarming. Oh, Garfield's here, yo. Book signing, all type of different things. It wouldn't have happened. They paved the way for me. So I can never knock my elders, whether I agree with them or not. Chancellor Williams, these people sacrificed to make travels even when racism existed in some of these countries, Germany, France, Italy. They went there to get information to bring back to us. So if we find out today that the information may be wrong, nah, we just adding on to the elders. That's all we do.
I feel you have a point, but I don't think all technology is good technology. I don't think Google is as certified as we make it out to be in this modern era. I'm definitely from the era of books. I mean, right here next to me, I've got a tremendous library that people come and admire when they come to my home. Do you get what I'm saying? Of the amount of books I keep still. I think that generation of elders, I don't think they were lacking or they made any mistakes. I felt that the whole idea of the Pan-African thing was based on scholarship. And these scholars were actual people in the field. They worked for the Martin Burnell and all of these institutes of Egyptology and all of that, and had to write peer-reviewed papers, that didn't even suggest some of the things they wrote in their later memoirs and books. Do you get what I'm saying? That was reserved and kept on some underground stream of information, which we called originally Pan-Africanism. Do you get what I'm saying? So I feel that those scholars are definitely the basis, and I'm very sad that a lot of them died poor and old, you know, and lonely. So, you know, good RIP to most of the OGs, you know what I mean? Cause they put in work.
Let me read something about the reason, faking a reason for the trip to Egypt. Only Matthew tells a story of the Holy Family rushing off to Egypt to escape the murderous intent of Herod the Great. And yet Herod was a firmly established ruler who skillfully stayed on the winning side at Rome over 4 decades. He also had full-grown male heirs to succeed him. The notion that Herod would be afraid that the baby of an obscure Nazareth carpenter would supplant him is laughable. According to Luke, the blessed trio returned immediately to Nazareth without any concern for the wrath of the Jewish king. But the Egyptian connection is vital to Matthew's purposes. He has a mind literary vignette in which Herod plays a part of Pharaoh, infants are killed, and Israel is rescued. Matthew this time quotes the venerable Hosea, though without giving his source. So he got up and took along the young child and mother by night and withdrew into Egypt, and he stayed there until the decease of Herod, for that be fulfilled which was spoken by Jehovah, though his prophet saying, out of Egypt I call my son. Perhaps if Matthew had admitted that he was selectively quoting from Hosea 11:1, informed listeners would have known that the reference is not a prophecy at all. Hosea is lamenting the degenerate vine of Israel on its own day, unlike the chosen people. What I got to say also is this, that I just realized while I'm reading it. Hold on. Rome controlled Egypt at the time. So how could he escape from Jerusalem to where the Romans also controlled? It don't make no sense. He controlled entire Egypt.
What type of Egypt?
You know when they tell the Exodus story, oh, we come out of Egypt and go to Canaan. Egypt controlled Canaan too. So I
don't think when they're saying that, I mean they're mainly concerned with their existence in that region, as in Alexandria. So when they talk of Egypt, they're definitely talking about Alexandria alone. All your top scholars studied there. Josephus. One second.
Did you hear what I just said?
Yeah. No,
I hear what I just said. What did I say about Rome? I said Rome controlled the area he was going into. Right. So if he was running, he's running into the same people he's running from. It makes no sense.
No, but if he's running to Alexandria, that would make no sense.
Where's Alexandria?
On the coast.
Is Alexandria Egypt?
They say, but we just say it's a holiday resort for Europeans since Greco-Roman times.
I don't know about conversing with you no more, bro.
No, think about it, bro. Like if
Egypt is Egypt, bro. That's where most people dock. That's where the Assyrians would dock. It's a dock city. It's a port city. Alexandria is a port city for trade. That's where Babylon is. You know, there's a Babylon in Egypt, right? You know, there's a place called Babylon in Egypt, northern Egypt, right? Do you know that?
Right. Yeah.
You know that. You're familiar.
Yeah.
All right. So you have Babylon in Egypt, and you have Babylon in Babylon. Yes. So now, sometimes when the Arabs were invading, they invaded Babylon. People thought they were talking about Babylon in Mesopotamia. They were talking about Babylon in Egypt. So we need to understand, bro, that if the Romans control the area, then he can't run into Egypt and hide because
No, you can't, because remember, Egypt goes all the way down the Nile, and the major cities, Memphis, Heliopolis, were not mentioned.
They control it.
They were not mentioned. No, they're gonna
control it, bro. They control all of Egypt.
Sorry, as I said, even if they did, it would be in the time of, say, Cleopatra or the Ptolemies. These are the last dynasties of Egypt. This is the last dynasty.
To do with Jesus, he's in the 1st century, bro. What are you talking about?
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Garfield, hold on.
Go on.
No, you quoted something, but I didn't see no source, to be honest with you. I'm still waiting.
And by the way, if you notice I brought up a source for a reason. I'm still waiting for the brother to bring his source of 1,000 years Sargon rule, just for the record.
Yeah.
I see he's not. Yeah. I guess he found it.
No, I found it. I did find it. But
okay, so sure,
you was right. Sorry, you was right. His reign was very short, it seems, and it even put short next to it. Do you get what I'm saying? But it's way down the line, and I'm not sure if I agree with. Sorry,
what's up.
I'm not sure if I agree. Yeah.
Sources, Garfield. Let's get them sources.
Yeah, go on. Sorry,
no, he said he agrees. He agrees.
Yeah,
so
no.
in that, but it's so far down the line in the line of these people, because when we go to the earlier ones, they're definitely along the line of what I was talking about. Because 600, 700, 900 years.
My Christian followers right now, such as John McDermott, they're saying, show me a primary source, Garfield. Show me a primary source.
Primary source on what?
On what?
On what?
On what you read out.
On what?
You read out to do with Matthew.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I read on Matthew. I don't want to say what I'm going to say, my strategy. I just said that because we hearing this. But tune into the debate, you'll see a full spectrum. If he brings up that he went into Egypt. Jesus didn't go into Egypt. He wanted to. Remember, Matthew is writing for a Jewish audience, and he has to. That's why I said that my Christian people are going to be mad with me when I say this. But I don't think based on the evidence, I don't think he went into Egypt. It don't make sense. It actually doesn't even make sense. It don't make any sense.
Well, I mean, if you're saying that, what other characters?
One second.
Sorry.
Hey, yo, Medicine Man, we're waiting for you.
Jeez.
Come on, the link has been sent out. Jump on in, my guy.
Like Gabs.
You have to stay on as long as I gotta go to Sarnetta. So
you know what?
Around 3:30, I gotta leave. So
okay.
whenever
I've got to leave in a little while. So come on, jump on in real quickly. Let's get it.
I just found out the other day that me and Gabs is family, blood family, man. How the world is small, no? Crazy. Yeah, we was having a little discussion, and he pulled some stuff and showed me, and I was like, oh my god, okay. All right. Yeah, say nothing. We're going to do a debate on it as well. We're going to let them know about our tribes. And you get me? All this talking about Yorubas from an outside perspective is a mad thing. You get me? Primary source is mandem when it comes to that. You get what I'm saying? Like, we are the primary source. Yeah? Our heritage, our royal status that allows us access to certain information that the average Nigerian doesn't have.
Kalam, can I ask you a question? Let me ask you a serious question right now. When you hear Baba Heru talk, I don't know if you ever heard Baba Heru talk, Jabari talk, Asha Kwesi talk, Ray Higgins talk. I'm talking about the living. I'm not going to worry about the people that passed.
Right.
Have you ever heard them mention Jesus Ben Pandera?
I'm sure, yeah. I'm sure I have, yeah.
All right. Now, we know elders are mentioning it. What is their proof that Jesus Ben Pandera is real? Remember, Jesus of the Bible is not real. The only real Jesus is Jesus Ben Pandera. What is their evidence for that guy living? And all of them believe that guy exists.
The only evidence of
think about it for a second.
I've never heard of that. Let me know what. Hold on. Who's Ben Pandera? Like, yeah. What's going on?
All of them.
Jesus.
That guy exists.
Jesus Ben, obviously being son of Pandera. Who's Pandera?
This is Talmudic.
It's like a Hindu thing or something.
No, this is Talmudic teachings.
Okay, yeah, which has Hindu influence. Yeah, makes sense.
His father was, depending on several different. Actually, no. Wait.
It's not Gabriel, no. Mad thing.
No.
I know. I'm causing trouble.
Jewish literature to talk against, the Christian Jesus. And then it actually ends up inside of Roman writing, and then it gets passed into Christian writing as well. So it has a very, very interesting genealogy itself, that particular tradition.
But again, it sounds like it hasn't got legs. It hasn't got a long life expectancy. Shelf life.
It has legs, but the question is, what makes the Jesus of the Bible mythological, but the Jesus of Jewish traditions actually
real?
Legit?
Exactly.
No, that's rubbish. That doesn't make sense. No, it doesn't make sense. Therefore, that's a madness. Trying to
his real name is Jesus Ben Pandera.
I've never heard of that. Yeah, like, whoa. Anyone rocking that, that's crazy, man. I don't even know. Actually, I've never heard that Rock Easy say that, though, still. But yeah, they could, yeah. Right. If you're both agreeing, then it must be true, isn't it? It must be, something that's talked about. I'm going to look into it.
Let me increase my sound. Everybody say my sound is low. I've increased my sound, family. Tree? So yeah, family. I'm trying to bounce real soon, though. I'm just letting you lot know. Let me think. What else? So
yeah, but anyway, Garfield, I'm rooting for you, man. Beat up Jabari for me, man. Cause one day I'm coming for Jabari still. You get me? All this spiritual Kemet. Yeah, we're gonna have words. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, I know about that. You know what I'm saying?
So Garfield, even if Jesus did not go to Kemet itself, yeah, is it still not possible he, what did I say, patterned himself after, you know, these Egyptian, you know, the Egyptian stories or the Egyptian myths themselves? Because
are they myths?
You know, of this, all this Heru stuff, this Osiris stuff, this Isis stuff.
But let's get it right though. These are kings and queens. Yeah, there's no such pharaoh. We didn't even use the word. We know, you know, from the black destruction of civilization or whatever, they call themselves Nasut or Nagas. You get it? So we know, you know, they still do it in Ethiopia today.
I like that.
So
I like that point. I like that point. These were kings. Yeah,
right.
They were considered to be sons of gods. Jesus himself, you know, called himself a king, considered himself to be a son of God. Isn't this clearly stolen from Egypt,
or taught,
or copied from Egypt?
Look at the era that he's living in. Now, bear in mind, you're gonna find similarities.
You're down the road from.
I'm not gonna deny that. But you can say, like, it's, for example, remember the New Testament writers who are writing this oral tradition now are Greek speakers and Greek writers.
Right.
They are now writing a story based off a second generation or third generation oral traditions. So stories are going to change. But remember, where are they living? They're living in a culture that's Greco-Roman. So you have a lot of Greco-Roman, what do you call it? A lot of Greco-Roman philosophies and stuff being taught. Like in Mark 3:17, you see the term Boanerges, which means sons of thunder. So you know Zeus' two sons were called sons of thunder. So you see the idea of where they got that from. You do see connections with every culture, but remember, the New Testament writers are copying the Old Testament. Everything, like, you know, I don't want to get too deep into the debate, but I just want to say that, remember, that's who they are getting information from. So that means even if they did copy from Egypt, it's not the New Testament writer fault. He's just following the playbook from the Old Testament. So he can't steal an idea because he thinks this is a part of his tradition. You can't steal something that you think is a part of your tradition.
No, yeah, I agree. If you're writing the New Testament,
now, it puts him in a predicament when he says stolen.
Okay, I get you. But in the New Testament, I agree that they had the Torah to hand. So if there's familiarities with the Old Testament, it's because they had the Old Testament there. They already had the Torah and that information. So that makes sense, yeah.
So would you say that the major source of the gospel writings would be the Old Testament itself?
Yes,
and the prophets,
definitely,
etc.
No.
Definitely.
I would look up the Piso family, and then you might overstand.
Bro, you see.
Sorry, what was their names? Piso. Sorry, I don't know their surname. I've forgotten the surname.
The Piso family. You're talking about Flavius Piso. That's what you're talking about.
Right. Flavius, and there's a few others.
Why is it you believe all these things, bro? This is what I want to know with you, Maku. Why do you believe these things?
I don't believe anything. I do research.
All you gotta do, bro.
And I'm open-minded as well. I'm open-minded. Hold on, bro.
This is what. Hold on. Listen to what I'm saying. This is what you do. Every time somebody makes a claim, look it up. Just say, hey, what's your source? If I made a claim about the Yoruba, I had to go to the source and show it. That's why I like to show stuff and talk about it instead of you asking me. I just give you the source off the bat. The issue is a lot of the stuff that people debate, there's no sources for it. A lot of the claims that Jabari makes, unfortunately, is what happened is our elders said it, and it don't necessarily have to be true. And he wants to mimic the elders.
He's just regurgitating, right?
People to love him. He wants the people to love him like how they love elders. So what do? You mimic the elders and repeat what they said. If the elders were wrong now, you trying to say John Henry Clark is wrong? That's the authority. No, show me a source on it.
Okay.
Give me a primary. So now when we start talking about source up or shut up, it puts him in a predicament because he ain't got no source for half the things that he claims. There's no source.
Right, I get you.
So when you hear somebody talk about the Piso family wrote the New Testament, bro, you gotta ask them, where is that written? Show me a source of that. And what you're gonna find out is gonna shock you. He's gonna shock you when you start asking.
I think the Piso video that I played the other day on my channel, would shock a few people as well, and it explains what they actually wrote.
Sources for it? Is there sources for the information? That's the key.
Yeah, because even down to
if you don't want to look it up, just Google scholarly articles on the Piso stuff. Just do that.
Yeah. We done that. And we found out that Constantine was one of the family. I was like, oh my God.
I don't believe that.
True.
I don't believe that. Give me a primary source. Give me a source. Okay,
what was his surname?
Give me a source. Give me a source.
What was his surname?
Give me a source. Just give me a source.
I'm just saying, what was his surname?
No, give me a source, bro. You got issues.
That is a source.
Sources.
If you pull up Constantine,
bro, you got
it will say,
bro, you got issues with.
No issue. Trust me. I what I did, as I said, my source was so information packed, because that's what I do. I give them visuals, I give them thing, we pull up slideshows, everything. We do all that, definitely. Yeah. But what I'm saying is, with that video, they pull up so many different sources. And you know how Europeans stay, they're just about their information. They're not emotional like us. Do you get what I'm saying? They just give out information and they make the connections and whatever and blah, blah, blah. But when they were just going through the family tree and what each individual like Titus and this one did and what he ruled over and what time period and all of that, bro, it's kind of more leading towards that this information is definitely more based in some correction. Do you get it? Like, if it is a lie or conspiracy or whatever, it's definitely by them. And they have a modus operandi, like they have a reason, to be doing this. Like, because like if they're not in power, they're not part of the Romans or whatever, or blah, blah, blah. And we know that Constantine is going to do his Council of Nicaea, where they get all the papers together and choose and add the concept of Christ or Christos Serapis or whatever. Do you get what I'm saying? So, it is what it is, man.
So, you know what, because we're closing up Garfield, I'm hearing that you have to go on to Sun
bring it
now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm going to go over there in about an hour.
Let us know what we got to look forward to before we shut down.
Yeah. Oh, is it today?
Yeah, no, I'm going over there in a few. I'm going to pick him up. We're going to meet with him and Tazariak. They got a debate coming up, so we're going to promote that.
What Sarnetta and Tazariak? Is this Sarnetta and Tazariak?
Tazariak and Malik Zula Shabazz.
Oh yeah. Malik Zula Shabazz. Oh, he's not being a lawyer no more, no? He left that alone. Say nothing.
Hold on. Yeah. We've got a little super chat up in the building. Kofi Abrook drops a nice little something. Salute to you, my good brother Kofi, for showing that love and putting that you're going into your pockets and showing that love. I love it. Let me quickly read out some comments as well before we do close down. I know Lady Spade has been hollering for the whole show. Salute to you, Queen. Forgive me for not actually shouting you out earlier on. On code, Barber's up in the building as well. Yogi B.
Jeez.
Jupiter, Rude Awakening. Of course, brother Asar already popped in. Jeez. Rastaman's here as well. Let me see. Who else is here? DJ H Soul, is there as well. Whisper. Let's say, Kalam had to close this quick to help out, man. Oh my God. Hey. Loud up, my brother. Come on. But anyways, family, I personally have to go. Okay? I need to eat some food. I need to just chill for a little bit. But what I will do, what I want to do, because I miss having, panel shows where we can debate and so forth. What I will do, after this show is finished, I might open up a little StreamYard. So those of you who are here right now, I can open up a StreamYard. It might be off air. I think it will. No, it not might be. It will be off air. All right. If it gets interesting, I might just put it on air. But it'll be off air, so you guys can come in. You can discuss everything that's been going on. Talk to Maku if Maku's looking to stay on. If Garfield is staying on a little bit longer as well, talk to Garfield and all sorts. So.
Yo, peace. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Yo, Meducine Man.
Yeah.
What's good?
What's happening?
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go. We'll be waiting for you. How long you been in here?
Literally, I just come. I was trying to sort this up. I just literally just come in now.
Okay.
I was just listening to the brother Garfield. Peace, peace, Garfield. What you saying? You good? Yeah.
Peace, fam.
There you go. There you go. Yeah. I had a few questions, but you are lucky enough now, innit?
Yeah.
What? Ask your question, man. I'm here. Let's go.
Ask a question. Come on, let's get it.
Man, we can't run. Kalam, you can't run when you're on Kalam. When you're on Kalam show, you gotta face the fire like a man.
Yeah. There you go. There. Okay.
You might have to take an L on this Yoruba thing. Go on.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you might have to take an L, you know.
Okay, there you go.
Go let them know.
Just quickly, yeah. I just want to ask because I was listening. I think I caught the last bit where you was talking about, Jesus not going into Mary and Joseph, and obviously the baby Jesus not going into Kemet. Yeah.
Right.
Now you said that Herod is just quickly. King Herod, was he a Roman?
Yes.
Okay. Right. So King Herod was a Roman, living in the place where Mary and Joseph were, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and Mary and Joseph, were they Jews living in this place?
Mary and Joseph were Jews, yes.
Was King Herod a Jew?
No.
Okay, cool. So, them living in
Bethlehem
or wherever they were. Yeah. Could people point out and look and say, okay, these people here are the Jews and these people are the Romans? Was it evident?
Say that again.
So I'm saying, was it evident? So was it evident for people to know that, okay, these people here were the Jews, like people from Bethlehem, and these are the Romans and these are the other one? Was it something like obvious in their area?
That's a good question. I mean, you would know a Roman soldier because most Roman citizens, if they're soldiers, different because Rome rules your country different than other cultures. Rome will send people from Rome, thousands of people to come live in your country. That's what they do. So yeah, we would know Romans differently because for one, Romans come from a European area, and the people in the Levant who were Jews were look like more how the Arabs look today. They were they weren't black, they weren't white, so they were Semitic. You know what I'm saying? So they look different, totally different from the Romans.
Now, okay, and now, and then in like what you said at the same time as well, where the Bible is saying Mary and Joseph and the baby Jesus would have went to was also occupied by the Romans, right?
Yes.
Okay, but we still would have been able to identify who the Romans are, and obviously the people. It would have been a plethora of different people. Most people would have looked the same, like you said. Arabs, Jews probably would have looked the same. There would have been Jews that probably looked like Egyptians, like what we see in the Bible, where certain disciples were mistaken for Egyptians and Ethiopians. So we would have had a mixture. So my thing is this: when you were basically saying that they couldn't have went there because they already had Rome occupying the area, how would those people in the place where the people that was in Egypt, or the Romans who were ruling Egypt, how would they have been able to decipher or know that Mary and Joseph and the baby were of the so-called Jews, those same people that, supposedly Herod wanted killed? Because if they're just moving about, let's just say if they're moving around, I don't know if they had border patrol like today. I don't know whether they had borders where you got to have a checkpoint when you come through, you got to show a pass and then they let you into the land. I don't know how it was operated. You might know a bit better. I don't know. But I'm trying to understand, how would they have known who Mary and Joseph were, what type of people they were, when most of the people in that area, especially that particular area, was mostly mixed and people was coming in left and right all over the place. So that's what I'm trying to understand.
Let me just let the cat out the bag. The issue is both stories, Matthew 2 and Luke 2, can't be right. One story says that they had to move because of being taxed. So they moved from one area. So what it says is that they moved, Joseph took the young child and his mother by night and departed into Egypt. And he arose and took the young child and his mother and came into the land of Israel. He turned aside into the parts of Galilee, and he came and dwelt in a city called Nazareth. Nazareth then traveled to Bethlehem. Now watch this now. He was already in Nazareth, traveled to Bethlehem, then went back to where they were because they had to be where it's two things. It's either he was in Bethlehem, traveled to Egypt, and then moved to Nazareth, or he was in Nazareth, then traveled to Bethlehem. Both of them can't be correct. So what I am saying is in Luke, it says, and it came to pass in those days that there went out a decree from Caesar Augustus that all the world should be taxed. And Joseph also went up from Galilee out of the city of Nazareth into Judah unto the city of David, which is called Bethlehem. So that's the travels that they made when Jesus was born. But in Matthew, it says that he went into Egypt. I am saying that the Egypt thing don't make no sense. Both stories can't be correct. I'm saying the Egypt story don't make no sense. Whether Herod recognized them and the Romans knew them is actually irrelevant. That's not the issue I'm going to bring up. The issue I really care about, I just thought about that while I was on Kalam. That story just hit me in my head. But the point I'm trying to make is both stories can't be correct.
Okay.
One story is going to Nazareth, to Judah, then to the city of David. The other story is saying, oh, he went from Bethlehem, traveled to Egypt, and then moved to Nazareth. Right. Both of them can't be correct. Sorry.
Can I interject quickly? The two stories you're saying, one's Luke, right? And one's who?
Matthew.
And is Matthew a disciple?
According to the Bible, yes.
Okay. And Luke is a disciple of Paul.
Luke is a writer, a guy that follows Paul.
Thank you.
Okay. So now we're looking at hadith. But it would seem that Matthew would be more authentic than Luke, just from observation.
And this, that's a good point. And the reason why I was going to say that, because you mentioned as well.
Why are you guys leaving out Hosea? The reason why he put Egypt in there because he's trying to make a prophecy that he.
Yes, that's the point I was going to get to.
That's why we know Matthew is off. Well, anyway, what's up?
Okay.
No, that's the point I was going to get to, because like you said, they had the Torah, so it's either two things. If Matthew is following what the Torah is saying and the prophecy of the Torah, like what you said, it's either we're saying Matthew and the Torah is incorrect, and Luke, for some reason, has the truth, and this story didn't happen, because remember, Jesus is supposed to be a prototype or the same as Moses, and we know the story of Moses. We know how it started. The same similarities what was going on with Moses and the king and the people, the firstborn being killed and slaughtered, is the same type of thing that we get with Jesus. And then also we get into Moses was educated under the wisdoms and the teachings of the Egyptians. He had to go through that schooling. He had to understand them lessons to be able to perform the magic that he was doing with Pharaoh. And that's the same like what we get with Jesus. So if they're saying that Jesus and Moses are similar, remember they both brought the law. Moses brought the law for the Old Testament. Jesus is meant to bring the new law for the New Testament. This is why they're similar. So if we're saying that Jesus isn't that person and he didn't go into Egypt and fulfill supposedly what the Lord was saying for them to do, to go into the land and leave once you get word of him, once Herod is dead, then we're basically saying that the Torah, this is my opinion, the Torah and all them prophecies and the likeliness of a prophet coming through and doing the same thing like Moses, then we're basically saying that's wrong. So what Matthew was saying is wrong, and that Luke now is the true story. But then that would now say that if we're going with Luke's story, we might as well just throw the Torah and everything else away then. Because then who's still meant to be that person that's meant to be like unto Moses?
And is Paul rolling with Jesus' son? Because I know he's not alive when Christ is alive. Listen. He meets the disciples, don't he? He's on the road, to Damascus, as Garfield said. He was going to kill the disciples, not even just any Christians. He was going to move to the disciple, somehow fell off a donkey got concussed and saw Jesus Christ, right? And he set on a new path. But this is what was he? Sanhedrin or one of them thing there. He was a Jewish policeman, right? Yeah, Jewish tribal. Do you know what? Because he wasn't a priest.
Yeah, Brother Garfield. Do you know what? Yeah, I'm glad this topic that you brought up is a good one because for a couple of years, this has been also a bit that's also confused me in a bit because it's true. The story of Matthew, and then when you get into the Luke, it is a bit confusing because you have them. You understand it if they stick with the whole. If they stick with the whole story that Jesus did go into Egypt and he did learn and got taught, and then he came out of there and now you see him teaching, it would make sense, especially if they're following the whole narrative as this. He's supposed to be following the same line as like Moses is, the same like for like, just in the future. It would make sense. But the reason why it gets confusing is because, like what you said, they don't really emphasize more on the Egyptian side and the teaching. Do you understand? And the reason why I think they always deflect from that is because, you know what? They always make Egypt to be some sort of a negative place for the Jews. Do you understand? It's like trauma. So what they do is like they think, let's kind of blank out that. Let's not really emphasize more on that. And let's just say...
They have several rules and laws that say don't follow the ways of the Egyptians.
You see what I'm saying? So that's why, even
That's
then the bit where... And that's what I'm trying to say, yeah? This is why I think they were clever. Whoever was writing this was clever because, look, they made sure, before Moses got the laws and stuff, they made sure to let you know, by the way, remember it says not half, not quarter, not a little bit. He was educated in all the wisdoms, you know, all the wisdoms of the Egyptians. They managed to put that in, but all of a sudden, once he's got that now, oh yeah, by the way, the laws come, don't go the way of the Egyptians, don't look at their idols, don't look at this, don't do that. It just seems to be...
That's from Old Testament, though, bro.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm saying from the Old Testament, they managed to put it in, and it's just funny. I'm saying when it comes to Jesus, I can see now why people will get confused because you'd have all that trauma. We left Egypt. Don't follow them. They're the bad ones.
It's funny though that you get 10 commandments, yeah, and they're right out of the 40th narrative confession.
We don't have to even get into that. Right? But what I'm trying to say before we get into that, yeah, I know.
Origin.
But what I'm trying to say is, it's just this: you've done all of that. He's got all this. He's been raised in all the wisdom and knowledge. Fine. He's now got the 10 commandments, met God, and now they're saying, don't go in the ways of the Egyptians. Don't follow their ways. Don't follow their ways. But then all of a sudden, when Jesus comes about, hold on. Oh yeah, by the way, flee to the land of Egypt. Flee there and stay there. But then hold on a minute. We just spent how much time trying to get out of there and stay away from their ways. But now you're saying that we should go there. Then next minute, the story picks up. And for some reason, Jesus has knowledge at the age of 12. And he's in the temples teaching and listening to the teachers. And they're shocked at his education. But we have no mention of where this education comes from.
Hold on 1 second. How long was he in Egypt?
This is the question. We don't know. It doesn't say. We don't know.
No, he went to Egypt when he was like less than 2 years old and came right back.
Yeah.
He came right back. What are you talking about?
He came right back.
We don't know.
Bro, don't get into that Egyptomaniac segment. Don't do it.
No, when did he come back? I'm just saying. Does it say? I'm just thinking about the Bible.
The Bible says, hold on. The Bible says, listen to what the Bible says. And when they were departed, behold, the angel of the Lord appeared to Joseph in a dream, saying, arise and take the young child and his mother and flee into Egypt. When he arose, he took the young child and his mother by night and departed into Egypt. Right after that, they come right back to Bethlehem. No,
but what's the next part? You got to carry on reading. What does it say after that?
Hold on.
What does it say? What does it say after? Yeah.
Hold on, beloved. Let me get the actual scripture. Then hold on 1 second.
Because I'm sure they only let the Lord, because I'm sure God only said a certain man was dead, and this is why we got the time period. But go on.
Hold on. Matthew 2.
Best to have a Bible.
Matthew 2.
Still.
Go to Matthew.
Garfield. A real tangible Bible.
Instead of me trying to quote from this and all that foolishness.
There you go, Garfield. Come on, sir. Where's Kalam? Is he still there? Is he gone?
I'm here, baby. Come on.
Oh, you're there. There you go.
There
you go, sir. Trust me. If you got Garfield too.
Get your Bible out, mate. You can see my one's well used. Yeah, it's got bare markers in there, and also like look, everything inside has been like I've underlined so much stuff.
Yeah. What chapter? You might also look at the chapter, Maku. What I think it's in is Is it Matthew or Luke?
Matthew 2.
Matthew 2. There you go.
I got it right here.
There you go.
Matthew 2, and then verses 13 to like around 17.
Okay, let's hear what you said.
I'm gonna
refresh my mind. Refresh my mind.
There you go. Took the young child to Egypt, and be thou there until I bring thee, seek the young child to destroy him. He arose, he took the young child and his mother by night and departed to Egypt, and was there until the death of Herod, that it might be fulfilled.
Pause there.
Stop.
Okay, let's pause there. Let's pause right there. Let's pause right there in that main point there.
This is deep, right? You know why this is deep? You know why this is deep?
Yeah.
Because you know what year did Herod die?
What year was that?
4 BC.
Uh-oh.
And what?
Hold on. No. Hold on.
The story that is in Luke is after 680.
Right.
So the two stories can't be right. It's just like his birthday.
This is
why. Hold on, man. His birthday is after Luke 2. Is in Luke 2, which is after 6 AD, and in Matthew it's before Herod died. So which one is right? So there's a contradiction. So two different stories, and people writing years later.
But then this is the thing now though. This is why you see even this bit that this topic, even this section, it's a tough one. And like I said, when I've been studying this whole section, this has always been the part that's always confused me, because it's either someone is definitely trying to hide something, and not wanting the masses to know. And this is why I lean more. Let me say, I lean more to the notion that the people didn't want to have too much of the connection to do with Egypt and the teaching, because this is why I was talking about the borders and what time frame and where they went and how the people looked at all of that. Because when you look at the Torah, if we're going by the Torah, let's just stick with the Torah first.
Hold on.
I'm gonna get ready. I'm gonna go wash my car and drive down.
Big up, man.
And peace and love to y'all, man.
Yeah,
nice
man.
discussion.
Big up.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
Big up, man.
Like Garfield.
Good luck with the debate, man. Come on.
Oh my God.
Hey,
bro. Garfield. Hey.
No. When you
Kalam?
to 19.
Yo.
Hold on.
Kalam.
Yeah.
Kalam.
Kalam.
I'm Maku.
Yeah.
Let me tell you this now. This is why I'm glad. You know what? It's weird. I was literally doing something, and it was only that my missus said, I think Kalam's live. Let me just check. And I looked, and I heard the last that you were talking about. And I went, hold on a minute. You know me. When it comes into that, them scriptures and stuff like that, you have to take time with me, because I was listening to him, and you see that particular topic that he wants to use there is very, very sticky for him.
Very sketchy.
If he ain't got the things in order, because like he just read, because Garfield is funny. He was reading up to a certain point, and that's why I was like, hold on a minute. No, keep reading. What does it say? Because the main point is if you go by the scripture, the Lord said, don't leave until Herod's death, because now we got to now accumulate. What time are we saying these guys left?
Okay.
And how long was it till Herod had died?
And do you understand? They weren't in Bethlehem. They definitely weren't in Bethlehem, because when you go to 19, it says, but then Herod was dead. Yeah. Behold, the angel of the Lord approached, appeareth, in a dream to Joseph in Egypt.
In Egypt. Yeah.
Right. So he left. Yeah. That's why I said sometimes, like we've been taught, it's best to read further on in the chapter or read just before to know the context.
You made a good point. Like Maku, you made a good point. When you told him who was Matthew and who is Luke.
Yeah.
That was a good point, because Matthew was literally a disciple, bro.
Yes. So it's different.
Now, so then, and if you're trying to say Matthew's wrong, Yeah, and you're saying, and what Garfield did, he even put himself in kind of check because he said Matthew was taken from the Torah, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. He said that, right?
Yeah. Because
Matthew was copying and following the prophecy of Hosea,
yeah,
and the Torah, and you know all of that. Like I said, even he didn't even disagree with me. You know that Jesus is meant to be like unto Moses. We know this.
Yes.
The same type, the thing, the fit the prophecy, yeah.
Right.
So the moment you then say, if you say Matthew's wrong, you might as well say the Torah's wrong, bro.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Because he's going by the Torah. Right. Do you understand?
Yes.
So and then now you're saying when they're saying that God spoke to him and told him to go into Egypt and wait there and come out, you still there. That's why I said. And still after that in Luke, you still got to explain how was this guy got knowledge? Who was teaching him? Where was he teaching? Because it doesn't tell you. Where did he learn this information? Some Christians would like to say, it was just the Holy Spirit. It was God working through him. No. He had education. Where was he learning? Where was he? And this will go back. This will go back now to what I said. Yep. Before Moses got the law, what did it say? He was educated under all the wisdoms of the who?
Egyptians.
It's the same like Jesus. Jesus had to go into Kemet, but for some reason after that, they don't mention about the teaching. Why? Because remember, they've already gone through the trauma of the Israelites leaving. Why didn't they want to mention about the teaching there? Why don't we never hear nothing about that? Why does the story then just flip?
Yo, before you guys continue, let's lighten up the mood real quickly. We've got a comment from Iqbal Ahmed, and he says here, Kalam is a black supremacist. His idea is to separate black people from the rest of the human beings. And he ain't got a clue about the debate. He got wasted in speakers going on. See some old clips. My brother, let me correct you there.
I doubt you.
I'm not a black supremacist, unfortunately. I'm something far worse. I am a Kalam supremacist. So I don't care if you're black, white, Asian, or Chinese. All of you motherfuckers are beneath my feet. All right, let's have it.
Let's have it. Send him to the gulag.
Hey, I'll send you to the gulag.
I disagree.
People come out with the craziest of stuff. I love it. Let me just shout out to. Let me shout out John McDermott. Shout out to John McDermott. He done a super chat earlier on. I didn't get a chance to shout him out because y'all was going in. So shouts out. He says, I missed most of the show, but we'll watch back. What I saw was interesting. God's grace all. Jeez. I'm hearing that everybody was waiting for Gabs to come on, to drop that wisdom. Let's get it.
He went into the Yoruba, but we're gonna come back.
What? He went. What about Yoruba? I heard Yoruba. What happened there?
Hold on. Listen, you're not about to get me into trouble, okay? Because I've got things to be doing right now. It's already done. Not 8 o'clock. Yeah. You know what? Furthermore, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna apologize. I'm not gonna be around. Yeah, but I'll allow the show to continue. All right, so you lot could just do what you're doing, and then I'll just shut down the show afterwards, okay?
Okay, cool.
All right, so I'm not around, okay? Picture me not here. All right.
Yeah. Peace, man. Nah, man. Peace to everyone, man. I'm glad, man. It was a good thing, man. But I think Brother Garfield, he's gonna have to do a little bit more stuff, and this is where if Jabari's clued up on certain things, he's still gonna he can still get him, though. The debate could be over because look, if Jabari's listening to this,
that's what I'm saying.
He's seen how all of a sudden Brother Garfield wanted to keep it stepping, bro. Yeah, it could get long because it could be over straight away because, like I said to Brother Garfield, it's going to be hard for him to actually physically. Because remember, if you're giving proof, and this is the debate, how is he going to prove Matthew and the Luke story? Who was right and which one's wrong? You basically hit the nail on the head. Matthew was literally a disciple, bro. Yeah, Luke was just apprentice of Paul, bro.
Right. There's a small indicator of the level of scholarship that
we had. I remember he was talking about scholars. He was talking about that. So and like he said, and I think once I even got into the whole Jesus being unto like Moses, and that's why the Torah fits it, and that's why the story goes in that direction. And then all of a sudden we get a change when we get to Luke. It's when we get to Luke, all of a sudden things go a bit left, and we're like, hold on a minute, what's going on here with the story? Yeah. It's like as if they're trying to get rid of the Egyptian side and bring forth the new Roman, like you said, the Roman kind of their narrative and kind of things from there. Because that's not.
Tried to do it. Garfield earlier with Nigerian, like
What did he say about
proof? What is the proof? Because he said he's got a debate with Zion Lex, and what I was spitting was what Zion Lex was spitting. I was like, oh, that's interesting. Oh, big up Zion Lex, man. You're saying that Nama is Sargon. I was saying that as well. Sorry, and Sargon is Nama is the Scorpion King. In that region, right? And they put it to Sargon, right? Being the real Nimrod, right? But that doesn't even make sense because it's so far down on the king's list of these Sumerians and thing. And this is Akkadian. This is a baby in that region. Do you get it? So it can't be him because the person who built Kauna, Uruk, and Babylon was that supposed individual, so it doesn't match up. Do you get it? These places are already built, and they're different civilizations in a sense. You know what I mean? They're different communities. Sorry, should I say, in the same region. So yeah, timeline is messed up. But I said to him, like, bro, he tried to say that something about Nigerians and the Egypt thing, that there's no truth to it or something like that anyway, or blah, blah, blah.
There's no truth to it, yeah?
Yeah, like, I was like, bro, I said the Inner Arisha stories, because he pulled up an article about explaining about the Yoruba system and all of that. But it seemed like it was from a person who wasn't even Yoruba. It was a Hausa guy. Why is that? I can hear me in the background. Yeah, that's crazy, man. His connection to
even said that because boy, you know who Lam Radu is, yeah?
That's what I told him, man. And I said he is Nama, right? So that's our
But you know connection. Who Lam Radu is, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Lam Radu is the father of Oduduwa, yeah?
That's correct.
Now the question you gotta ask yourself, you can go right now and just, if you type up Lam Radu and go to the Cambridge University Press, yeah? Right. Guess what it says about Lam Radu? Oh. Lam Radu was actually a king in Mecca.
Right.
He was a what? Hold on, he was a what? Wait a minute, he was a what? He was a king where?
In Mecca.
And Lam Radu is the father of Oduduwa, who is the father of which people?
The Yorubas.
Okay. All right. Okay.
And as I tried to explain him, there's two stories to the creation story, right? One says that Abatala was given a chicken and blah, blah, blah. And he was the one who came down and created everything, right? The land and all of that, right? One chicken and some seeds or whatever. Yeah. And then there's another version of the story that says Oduduwa, yeah, they gave it to Abatala, but he fell asleep drunk.
Yeah, Abatala, yeah.
Right. So then Dudua came down and continued the process.
Okay.
Yeah? But there's many, obviously, stories of Oduduwa's origin and all of that, because some tribes say in the south, he's just one of our princes.
Okay, but the main one that is there that they know of, one of the main things which they can't take, which they haven't, and this is why it's even in the Cambridge University Press, is that literally Lam Radu was one of the kings of Mecca. He was actually a king of Mecca, and when there was wars going on, this is where the princes, you have Oduduwa, also his brother Gobari, is it Gobari? Yeah, Gogobiri and Kokua uses other offsprings, yeah.
Yep.
And they were the ones that had to flee, and part of their ways of fleeing was obviously coming through Egypt. This is why we have the story there in the libraries. Most people, those been to Nigeria, I've been to Nigeria and looked in the libraries. The story of the Yorubas coming from the east.
Right.
This is what it talks about.
Our history says that even from the beginning.
The history comes from there. It literally says that. And you can actually go and look that up and see for yourself.
Right. That's fine.
Do you understand? Yeah. And this is why I was trying to say to people, there's going to be a lot of things that I want to break down talking about that, because most people don't know about that. I know Nigerians that probably don't even know about that. Well, Nigerians within the Western world, and Americans, they don't know about that.
I did say to man, being that we're from a particular type of background in Nigeria, you're privy to information that the average Nigerian has no clue about. I said this earlier. Do you get it?
Yeah.
So it's different. When you're sitting there talking to a king and he's telling you something about your history and your health, you got to take that on board. That's a primary source.
You have to.
When you talk about Yoruba, them are the primary source. Trust me.
Yes. Yeah. The same way, and this is why I think it's key, because it's funny, because remember, in Mecca, one of the big things that they held for, especially the Muslims in that area, is...
Sorry, I can't hear you. You got that. Mud. You cut out, I think. Yo.
Can you hear me? Yeah?
Yeah, I can hear you now, yeah.
Yeah. No, I was going to say, what's that tradition? What's that way that they say, you know, when people, that's it, oral tradition.
Right.
One thing I was going to say, remember, in that region, in Mecca, if let's say the kings come from Mecca, we know, especially in that region with the Muslims, oral tradition is a big thing, because, you know, that's what they say, the reason why the Quran is intact, because of oral tradition, Regardless of that, oral tradition was always a big thing. And you can see that same oral tradition stems down even to our Yoruba families and kings list today. Most of the stuff has been kept in oral tradition, even though they do have still the paperwork.
They invented paper writing.
They still have the oral tradition, and this is all still been backed up. So
but another thing that we definitely had was a written tradition.
Yes, this is what I'm saying.
It was both, obviously. Yeah.
But it was both. Right. But obviously, like we said, remember, with our tradition, and you would know this, you have to be of a certain family and a certain ilk to be able to go and see and look at certain scriptures. It wasn't for everybody's eyes. It's the same way. The same way, like, you ain't going to go into the Queen's house and look at all their traditions and most of the stuff that they keep. They'll give you the main stuff, you know, the main stuff that you can see, but the detailed stuff, you ain't going to see that unless you're a royal.
No, yeah, exactly.
Unless you're in that family and in that thing, you're just not going to see it. Same like with Kemet. You know, they'll give you the main mysteries and certain things, but to get the deep information, you have to be of a certain caliber, because remember, the way the masses on people are, not every piece of information is good for everyone, because some people can't deal with certain information. Yeah. And that's evident, because you can just even look at the world today. They'll tell the government will post something and say something, and then people will go mad and start running to the petrol station and filling up their tank. Do you understand? You know, people will start all of a sudden running to the supermarket and buying loads of toilet roll and tissue because of one little thing. So you can just tell already, not everybody's mindset is on the same level. So not everybody can always deal with certain information. And hence that's why they made these secret societies. They're not going to tell the masses everything. Do you understand? But then the masses will get upset saying, we want to know. Why is it a secret? Why are they doing this? But can you really handle the information they want? I very much doubt it. So that's another reason why most of these stuff is sacred, and you know, you have to be of a certain level to be able to get that information.
That's correct.
But going back to that, the debate on Jesus, I think it's going to be real tough for Garfield if that's what his main debate is about. Because like I said, if Jabari talks about the Torah and the likeness of Moses and Jesus, and Matthew being a disciple and Luke not being an actual straight one of the main disciples, it's going to get sticky for him, because he's now going to have to try and prove without a shadow of doubt, that Luke is literally hands down right, and Matthew and the Torah is basically wrong. And I don't know how he's going to do that, because now he's got to deal with that. Then he's got to deal with, if that's the case, what time period are you dealing with for Jesus? And this, because you remember it said Herod was alive. Remember, Herod was alive and he ordered this thing. Then it said, don't leave Egypt until Herod's death.
Yeah.
So the question this is going to be, when they say that Jesus was now teaching at the age of 12, was it really that age what Luke is saying? Because we don't even know. Because how long was it after that they left? Yeah. How long was it after? How many years after that was it till Herod died?
Boy, man said it's a few still.
It's a few, bro. This is what, bro,
it's a
that
few
man
still.
I'm sure he lived old.
No, he went to look at it. He went to look at it. He went to look at it and he's like, oh my God. Yeah, bro.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So
you might have to readdress your little thing.
Yeah.
What he was reading off was something he read out earlier.
That's what I was thinking. That's why I told him to go into the Bible. That's why I was like, no, keep reading, bro. What's going on? Why are we stopping here? Like, there's more to the story.
No, hold on 1 second. Let me go and get. Yeah, that's why we all draw for our Bibles.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, bro, as I explained to him earlier, this Google scholarship over the elders, because these men are claiming that they're smarter and thinner and more up to date than the elders because of Google.
Nah, you can't. Nah, you can't, man.
I think
I've seen that. I've seen Google things get so much things wrong, bro.
Yeah.
Do you understand? It's becoming even more evident now. People are starting to see now that the information certain people put on there, if you're not clued up, you can be tricked. Exactly. You can be deceived by certain things.
Exactly.
You see Google rewrite things. Google will say one thing, the next minute you look on Google and say, oh, actually, no, what we said there was actually a false claim. That wasn't new. It's actually true.
So it's been
all kinds of stuff.
Removed and make you look stupid. Imagine.
Yeah, I mean.
So as I said, we're from the generation of tangible books. Like you have to go and read stuff. Like
so his debate with Jabari. What is the actual title? What is it? What is it? What do you know? What it is? What are they trying to do?
No, I can't even remember. If you can
was
see
it trying
chat,
to prove? Anyone in the chat? What's the chat saying? Does anyone in the chat know what he said the debate was about? Anybody? Because it'd be interesting. Because I only just caught the last bit. I don't even know. I thought it was because I thought maybe that was just one bit he wanted to bring up in the debate. What's the actual debate about? Is it whether the Bible took from Egypt or what is it? Does anyone said anything?
No, what was the? Yeah, I don't even know. I can't see the chat.
Oh, you can't see the chat? Yeah, that's not me. I can't see. Let me look. Let me see if I can put. Yeah, let me see if I can see the chat. Hold on a second.
Go back to YouTube.
Let me see if I can see the chat, man.
1 second, people. Sorry.
Let me see if I can see the chat. Let's see what everyone's saying in there. All right, okay, I can see the chat. Meducine Man dropping bar. Okay, Gab speaking on something he doesn't know about. Oh, come on, man. Who's that? Facts over person. Gab speaking on something he doesn't know about. Bruv,
what do you mean?
What are you talking about? This is what I'm trying to say. I don't know sometimes. Facts over personality. What is it I don't know anything about? Please let me know. Oh, so Kofi put whether Kemet influenced Christianity. Please don't tell me that. Is that the debate? I just want someone just to verify. Is that what the debate is about? Whether Kemet influenced Christianity. Is that literally what it's about?
Yeah,
please.
Yeah,
I just want a few more people just to clarify.
I think it's something like that. Yeah, I think it's something along them lines. Yeah, and he's saying that it was like the Jews, like Jews. I'm like, bruv, this is gonna be an L. Do you know what I'm saying? I just stay away from it because I'm like, he obviously never saw my debate, and I'm like, bro,
oh my goodness.
The evidence I got in my debate will destroy your premise. Like it doesn't.
Sometimes, they should even call it debates. This is why sometimes they should even call it debates. They just say, listen, let's have a discussion, because you see when you throw words like debate, you're now gonna have to prove something, and it just makes it a bit more. It just makes it tough. What you should have done is just said, let's have a discussion, because if it's a debate whether Kemet influenced Christianity, it's checkmate from the very beginning. The debate's over.
Man.
Do you know why?
Man about Haru. I goes, hold on.
Nah, not even going into Haru.
I asked the question: if Christ grew up in Kemet, would he have known of the story of Haru? Do you get what I'm saying? Of course he would, right? And is that story not a Christ story? The child's in a manger, all of this type of stuff, mother and child, the first Madonna, and all of these type of similarities that go with that story. Do you get what I'm saying? And him being the king that everybody wants to be. Do you get it? The young boy king who came from an immaculate conception. Like the first concept of immaculate conception comes out of Kemet.
Okay. I'm going to say something, chat. Those that are listening, yeah? Those that are listening in the chat. Let me tell you and break down, why that debate should be over in a matter of minutes. If Jabari knows what he's doing. He doesn't even need to go into Kemet. You know that? He doesn't need to go into anything to do with Kemet. If he deals with the Bible alone, it's checkmate. You know why? Guess what? Who do they say is the father of the first 5 books of the Bible and the Torah? Who is it?
Moses.
Moses. What did I say earlier? Moses was raised and educated under the what? All the wisdoms of which people?
The Egyptians.
No. It was the Chinese.
The Egyptians.
No. It was the Italians.
Egyptians.
No. It was the Mexicans.
Kemetans.
Bro, Moses. The Bible clearly said. Those that know this, the scripture. Moses was educated under all. I just want to put that in perspective for you guys. All the teachings and the wisdoms of the Egyptian. Now, just think today, right now, Just think today, right now. The Egyptologists are still finding out new things today to do with Egypt. Even now, they can't even get all the information. They're still trying to decipher certain things. You know, they're finding new things that they're digging up. There's so much information and so much knowledge on Egypt that it's just literally overwhelming. Yeah? British museums full up of ancient Egyptian artifacts all over the world. You're saying that this man Moses was educated in all, you know, not 5%, 2%, 1%, not even he just did a quick course. He was educated in all the wisdoms and the teachings of the Egyptians. So guess what that includes? That includes all the stories of Horus or Heru. That includes Ma'at. That includes Ampu. That includes the story of Asar. That includes about the Ogdoad. Nun, Nunet. That includes all them stories that you see on ancient Egypt. That includes text. All of that information. The pyramid text, coffin text. Yeah? All them things he was educated under.
To the afterlife.
So if someone is educated, imagine that, you know, if educated with all of that information, how are you now going to tell me anything that this brother that comes out the person's mouth that's been educated in all that information, bearing in mind he lived there for how many years? Are you trying to tell me he ain't going to get no influences from the place where he was educated for almost 40 years? Come on, man. So imagine that's like today. We go to university in England, and they give you 40 years of education and teaching. Are you trying to tell me you ain't going to come up with certain influence and you ain't going to learn nothing? You ain't going to use anything that you learned during that education? Come on, man. Come on, man. If that is debate, man, it's over, man. That can't be the debate. It's so easy, it can't be the debate. It can't be the debate. Can't be the debate.
Yeah, it is.
There's no way.
It is.
That's biblical, not historical. That's the point. But the brother's saying that's biblical, not historical. But they're talking. But the thing is, this is the thing. If you're saying that's biblical, not historical, then they shouldn't even be using the Bible at all. Because now, this is what I said. If someone's saying that's biblical, not historical, there's no point using the Bible, because how are you going to prove points in the Bible? Like I said, how is anybody going to prove the historicity of when Herod died and when Jesus left and what age was he when he died? How are they going to prove that? Who's going to prove that? How are you going to prove that? Is anyone going to prove what time period Moses was? When was Moses in Egypt? Do we know? Does anyone know? No one knows. No. So when you're saying historical, what historical information are they going to get? They can only go by the Bible. So
no, they can't.
When it comes to the history, when it comes to the facts and history, it's going to be kind of scarce. Like,
well, you have to go to the Egyptians. You have to look to the Egyptians.
You have to go to the either way, innit? See, and all roads lead back to Kemet. If you're going to look historical, guess what? It's still going to take you back to Egypt, because that's where most of the information is. talking about these people. That's where you see about people called Hebrews and stuff like that. You're gonna have to go to that.
Yeah, it's a bit too much. It's like it's too.
So even way in it. So even way you look at it, all roads are gonna still lead back to Egypt. So there's gonna be influences.
And I'm saying to people, and the easiest part of it is timeline. Once we place certain biblical characters in their timeline, it precedes any text that we're talking about, Bible related. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, so that's what the brother said. Brother said Moses didn't exist. Prove he did, Gabs. Exactly. That's my point.
Yeah.
We don't even have no historical. We don't have no real fact. That's what I'm saying.
We have
we don't have no facts saying that this guy existed. I don't know if he existed.
But we have no stories. We
have the stories. That's what we have.
The stories.
So this is what I'm trying to say. How is it gonna be a historical debate? How are they gonna do that when the biblical people themselves, the Torah, the rabbis and stuff still say that Moses is a myth? So how are we gonna prove this?
Let's go. And anyone, Moshe or what Musa, whatever they want to call him, right? We Egyptians never did that. Because Mos means child, right? You just don't go around calling someone child, yeah? They would say Aphmos or Tophmoses. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Which meant child of Tahuti, or you know what I mean? So Toph for Tahuti, yeah, Tophmos, yeah. Aphmos for the Artan, or you know what I mean? Or Amun-Re. Do you get what I'm saying? So it depends what school of thought these individuals felt they were, you know, or which king they were trying to represent in their history.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? They wanted to be like, you know, Asar, or as you said, Haru, mainly because he was anointed and perfect. And do you get it? He was a good king. He was like the first quality king. Yeah.
Now, my thing is this. Whoever that person is, what's his name? Facts over personality. Right. Listen, anybody can just write and type any kind of nonsense in the chat, bro. You're saying that I'm slow, I'm dumb, I'm this, you know, all types of things. What you could do simply is click on the link and come and talk, and let's hear let's hear what you have to say. Oh, great Sahib, yeah. Oh, great Sultan that knows all, yeah. Come onto the panel, and we'll mute, and we'll give you a chance to speak and give us your knowledge. Let's hear what your brain possesses. Let's get your information.
And also, Brother Maku's here, so you're liable to get roasted as well. So
yeah.
If you want that
I want to hear his straight information. There's no point. Anybody can type. That's the thing with this thing. People can type and do what you want. The link is literally there. Literally, get your mouse, get your finger, click on it, come straight through. You can mute. You can close up your face if you don't want to show your face. Let's hear you speak. Type in this. Listen. I could probably get my sons to come in and type all kinds of nonsense, and what's the point? We're not gonna get nowhere. Come on and let's hear your information. That's what it's all about. If you ain't got no information to let the people hear you speak, bro, then just do what you're doing, man. Do you understand? Because you're saying all these things, but you haven't shown me where I'm going wrong, or what I'm saying is slow or not making no sense. But I get it, you know, some people can't, you know, deal with certain information. It makes sense.
It's for Garfield, man. I just didn't want to get into it with him because it's too easy for me. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But he's drawing on people who think. But look at what happened. The information I pulled up was from Wikipedia. It's so fucked up. Do you get me? I don't usually use Wikipedia as a source, but just on a quick thing. Yeah. And that matches up with his information. That means his shit is definitely wrong, but bruv, we just gonna leave it there, cause it's too easy, fam. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the same easy. Source. It's a Google source that he's using, right, bruv? All of those Google things have a little box next to them. You can press on it and go to the primary source. It's nonsense, bruv. Like, we don't do things like that. We have books and things and proper quality stuff, and you know, peer review stuff that we pull up, and like, bro, like, and even then,
real quickly.
Yes, man.
Yeah,
I'm looking to shut down the show in a hot second, because
man,
you know, I have to shut it down at some point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lordy. Actually, anyways, So what we saying? What else is going on? Like, what else is going on? Let me just see if we can heat it up a little bit. Let's heat it up a little bit.
There you go.
Let me see. If you're a Christian, type in a C in the comment section. If you're a Muslim, type in the M. If you ascribe to African or Kemetic philosophy, type in a K. If you're an atheist, type in an A. I don't know what else do we have up in here? If you're here just for the information, type in the I. All right, I want to know who we got in the building. All right, and let's see how I can heat things up a little bit before I head out. Yeah, let me see how I can heat things up, because what I would like to do, is as part of my Kalam supremacist, is insult everybody and their mother and father and their gods, and then have you lot wild up, and then keep it moving and have you argue with yourself. So let's see if I can do that. Here we go. All right. Okay, Cooley Hercules, Kemetic up in the building. We've got Hassan, atheist, Kofi, Kemetic and atheist. Let's see, Hawaii. Is that my sister? Is that my queen? Hey, I haven't seen you and heard your voice in like a millennia, you know. Hey, salute to you, you know. Okay, people are here for the information. So I can't insult anybody right now. Jeez, Terry Funk says he's an ex, you know. God damn. Okay. So who can I insult then? Who can I insult real quickly? Let me know. Tell me which people can we insult real quickly? Let's get it. Gabs, I'm gonna insult you. Are you ready?
Yes.
I don't know what you're talking about yet, to be honest with you. About Jesus. What? Jesus was learned in the wisdom of the Egyptians like Moses. Is that your claim?
Yes.
Oh yeah, show me a primary for that one. Let's get it.
No. You said Jesus. You said you already messed up at the beginning. You said Jesus was.
Hey!
You said Jesus was educated under like the Moses of What did you say? Say that again. Jesus was educated under what?
Jesus was educated like Moses in all of the wisdom of the Egyptians.
Nah, you already flopped, because no one said that. I said Jesus is like unto Moses. Not that he was educated like Moses. He's like unto Moses. Jeez. So for instance, the time of Moses' birth, the king at the time ordered the killing of the first Jews, the firstborn, which then resulted in Moses' mother putting him away, putting him in a reed basket, and him making his way down to the Nile and ending up where? In the Pharaoh's palace, where there he was raised and educated as an Egyptian. Now, and after that, you know, he grew up, became a wise man, knew his people, fled, and came and brought the law, the Old Testament law. Now, let's go into Jesus, who is also a sign, like I'm saying, is like unto Moses. During his time before he was born, the king at the time, who was King Herod, also sought to kill the Hebrew firstborn child to stop the prophecy. And what did his mother and father do? When he was born, the scripture says he now went into Egypt, into hiding, and stayed there until King Herod was killed or dead. Then after that, we know that Jesus all of a sudden acquired knowledge and information to the point where he was teaching in the temples, and the temple people was even surprised at the guy's knowledge and his wisdom. Surprised how he was so what's the word? Enriched in information. And then as he grew and went about looking for his people and trying to help the lost sheep of Israel, he also brought a new law and testament to give to the people. So that's why I'm saying Jesus is like unto Moses. The bit that we get a bit miscrewed on, like what we was talking about, is where he got the education from. What happened when he was in Egypt? How long was he there?
Up until
there you go.
Yeah. I see that was a while. That was a long while still.
So what I want to know right now, you came out with a quote. I believe it's a biblical quote, talking about he went into the temples and was teaching, and they was gobsmacked. They marveled at his wisdom. Where are you getting that from?
Oh, okay,
Primary.
I get it now. Primary source. That is coming from. That is Luke 2. Luke 2. So second Luke 41.
Give me a second. Give me a
Come
second.
on, you know we got the sources.
Let's source this B up.
Let's source it out.
Sugar, I haven't used these things in ages, you know. Bookmark.
There you go.
Let there be a bookmark that has a King James version where I can just quickly go to. Let me see. I can't see anything. What's this?
Everything's new for me, man. I've never used this Skype.
What's this? Potlocker, African accounts, Pornhub, Black Beauty. Sorry. I mean, hold on. Oh, everybody's awake. Everybody's awake. Sugar. All right. Keyword study. Let's see. Keyword study. Sugar. I used to pull this up off all the time, and I don't even know where it is right now. Keyword study. It's been so long. And I'm gonna have to share my screen.
No, okay. The people in the chat, just quickly, they're saying, "Do I believe these stories?" No. This is just for the argument's sake. This is just knowledge.
This is what we know.
This is just what we know. I don't believe in the stories. It's just this is what we grew up in. This is
like you just gotta know them though. You gotta know them for what they are.
You just gotta know them. You just gotta know information. It's good to study. Yeah, it's good to study and learn these things so that you're well equipped for any discussions. I don't like having debates. Discussions are always good, but yeah, like I said, this is why I was saying to the brother Garfield earlier. Like I said even just earlier, even now, it's going to be hard to prove anything because if you're talking about historical facts, it's going to be kind of hard to prove historical biblical things. It's tough.
Unless you go back to the Egyptians.
Yeah, because it's tough. So this is just for argument's sake. This is just for the sake of the matter and for the information wise.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, brother, have you got that yet?
It's our take on it.
Getting it up. Give me a hot second. Let's get the browser. Let's see. Browser. Boom.
What the hell is
and then
this?
we put that browser B in.
Yeah, I'm used to StreamYard, man. Sorry, man.
I know. I might have to
Trust me.
Next one we do StreamYard. Tomorrow, inshallah, we do a StreamYard.
Yeah, man. Easy.
There we go. Let's see. How do I get back into it now?
And on that one, yeah, you can give powers to man. Like you could give it to Gabs and he could shut it down and do whatever. And you get what I'm saying? You would have full control.
Alright, so why is it not scrolling down like I'm scrolling down? That's not fair.
No.
No, I need to. Nah, this ain't working. That ain't working. Let me do this. Let me go to take up the browser, and then I'm gonna do display capture. Let's do a display capture. Window capture. Yeah, let's see a window capture. Let's see. Window capture 6. There we go. Okay.
That sounds mad.
Hey. See, I need to go, you know. And you lot got
do that quickly, man, before you leave, man. Let the people see.
You got me here. All right, Luke.
Yeah, it's very sad if you have
Luke 2:41 and read down to
read. And the Lord said,
That's right.
That's right.
Read down to 48.
All right.
Or 47, yeah.
Read, black man, read. Now, his parents went to Jerusalem every year at the feast of the Passover. And when he was 12 years old, they went up to Jerusalem after the custom of the feast. And when they had fulfilled the days, as they returned, the child Jesus tarried behind in Jerusalem. And Joseph and his mother knew not of it. But they, supposing him to have been in the company, went a day's journey, and they sought him among their kinsfolk and acquaintance. And when they found him not, they turned back again to Jerusalem, seeking him. And it came to pass that after 3 days, they found him in the temple, sitting in the midst of the doctors, both hearing them and asking them questions. And all that heard him were astonished at his understanding and answers. And when they saw him, they were amazed. And his mother said unto him, Son, why hast thou thus dealt with us? Behold, thy father and I have sought thee sorrowing. And he said unto them, How is it that ye sought me? Wist ye not that I must be about my father's business? And they understood not the saying which he spake unto them. And he went down with them, and came to Nazareth, and was subject unto them. But his mother kept all these sayings in her heart. And Jesus increasing in wisdom and stature, and in favor with God and man.
There's another bit where he's quoting the Torah. I remember.
But my question to y'all is this, yeah? What was he teaching?
This is okay. There you go.
Torah, baby.
So I want to know. No. I think it's quite easy. Let's just simply go, because so far there's a few things that I could see his doctrine so far. His doctrine so far is that his father is Jesus. Sorry, his father is God. That's one thing I learned from passing through this.
Kemet,
Kemet. It seems as though that his father has a business.
He's just quoting Kemet.
And he's about his father's business, so he's some sort of worker, servant, or some sort of minister. Somebody. He's somebody inside of his father's business. And what else do we have here? Yeah. So that's so far. So I want to know, if we move on to the third chapter, what of his teachings can we say comes from? Oh, what the Zumba is this? Okay. Luke 3, yeah?
From the Torah, man.
Luke 3.
I mean, yeah. There's a bit where he's reading from the. It quotes. It says that he was reading from the Torah. I don't know where exactly, but I think someone pulled it up not too long ago.
So I want to know, what was Jesus' first teaching? That's what I want to know. What can we learn from his first teaching? That's what I want to know. That's all.
That's true. That's the point. Where did he get his information? Where did he get his teaching? Because remember, prior to this, they was in Egypt, but they stayed there and they just left, supposedly. So yeah, where did he get his information from?
The first thing he does after being baptized is doing battle with the devil, yeah?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, that's it. That's what we come back to. Straight after that, he's doing battle with Satan. And after that, that's when the ministry begins.
What does he do next? He goes... Hold on, let me just see.
Ministry.
Okay, and he bears unto this day is the scripture fulfilled in your ears, and all bear him witness and wondered at the gracious words which proceeded of his mouth, huh? Yeah, no, you don't have to break this down to me, because I don't know. Talk to me, man. What's going on?
Bro, this is what I'm trying to say. This is where the story goes a bit wayward, because from Matthew's bit, we get what's going on. The question I want to know is, why did Matthew all of a sudden write and kind of stop at that bit where, it says, out of Egypt I call my son, after the death of Herod, and then we go into Luke.
Y'all gotta help me out here, Rhythm say, Ebony Knowledge. I think I misspelled Kalam with Kalim. My bad. I wonder what the difference is in etymology. Okay. Yeah, family. So talk to me, because, you know, there is a debate going on whether, you know, Christianity stole from Kemet or copied from Kemet. And Garfield laid down the groundwork to say, you know, that Jesus is a historical figure. So therefore, if Jesus is a historical figure, I want to know exactly what did Jesus steal, copy, borrow, whatever the case is, from Kemet. And then I want anybody out there who is making such a claim to provide their evidence if they're truthful. That's all. Can anybody do that? I just want something. Is there anything of that nature? What can we see in early Christianity, the teachings and practices of Jesus Christ, in his sirah, in his hadith, in whatever you want to call it, that he is pulling from Egyptian wisdom and law? Give me something.
Yeah,
you won't find that. Well, if he was quite in front of the Torah and he only came to fulfill, he didn't bring anything. That's another misconception. Yeah, he didn't bring any laws or anything. He just quoted and obviously stuck by the Torah and the laws of Moses.
Okay. And if he stuck by the laws of Moses, we know what Moses was doing in Egypt, where he was. We know what he was doing.
Or Rosalie to Kemet again, man.
I want something. I want to know the first things that came out of Jesus' mouth. Yeah. What did he teach? What practices did he do? Can we now link back to Kemet? That's all.
He probably said shalom instead of hotep.
Mate, I want
showing how bilingual he was.
I want somebody. I want to know. So I want to know on this panel. Yeah. On the panel, I'm gonna say it and then I'm gonna repeat it again. On the panel, who is for in the positive or for that Jesus copied things from Kemet, and who is against it? Okay. And then in the comment section, those of you who are tuned in right now where I'm trying to shut off the show, who is for? Like, if you say Jesus copied from Kemet or Christianity copied from Kemet, put a 1 down. If you say Jesus didn't copy or borrowed or stole or whatever from Kemet, put a 2 down. I just want to know where we're standing right now. We're just polling everybody.
One thing I'm going to give you, because I'll just kind of keep quiet. One thing I'm going to give you that they took, I think they took there from Kemet, is the baptism. The baptism, being anointed. Being anointed and baptism, where do we first see that?
But hold on now. Hold on. Wait a minute. Remember, is this Jesus or was this John the Baptist that was doing the baptism?
Yeah.
Yeah? So, my question to you is, because Jesus didn't take that from Kemet, Christians took that from John the Baptist.
Okay.
So we can't say it came directly from Kemet. We can say they borrowed. We can see how Christians borrowed it, or I don't even use borrowed. Assumed it. What's the word?
Can we say that him getting baptized was Christ getting anointed? Can we say that?
No.
Or endowed with the Holy Spirit. Can we say that?
We can say when the Holy Spirit came down, that was an anointing.
Right.
But to say the baptism is a removal of sins, for one thing, or it's a washing away of something. It's not actually putting anointing is putting on something on your body rather than removing something from your body.
Oh,
right. And what came onto the body in that moment?
The Holy Spirit.
Right. Okay. In the form of a dove, right? Okay. And the fact that he was anointed, let's get it right. Yeah. That anointment is prevalent in Kemet. You know, any initiation or school of thought that you was initiated into
involved certain ceremonies which are similar. You can see on the walls of Kemet.
What was it called in Kemet? What was the word they gave for that?
Was it the
The what? The correct? The what?
Oh, okay.
The what?
The correct. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting.
I'm gonna need a primary on that tomorrow. Okay? I'm gonna be asking for a primary on that. We're gonna look for the primary of Christ, the anointing. Okay? So, so far, one of the claims that you guys are offering, is that the act of baptism is a ceremony, which is an initiation to do with anointing, which is practiced in Kemet. Okay, but Jesus and early Christianity got that from John the Baptist.
Okay.
So, can you show me something else that came from Kemet?
Okay. Prior to the Romans, that Jerusalem was an Egyptian province, no? Or prior to anyone invading there, it was an Egyptian province for a lot of time.
I'm looking for something that Jesus did. Give me something from his words and actions that lets me know it came from Kemet.
Everything.
No.
Yeah.
You gotta come better than that.
Turning water to wine. There's so many. Bro. Yeah. All of these things are stories from Kemet. If you go into the Kemetan version of the story or the pantheon of different individuals, especially in the Netaru, Ra and Osiris, and all of these different stories have a lot of the information that's contained within the Bible.
All right, you said something that was interesting, because I believe one of the first miracles Jesus did, was at the wedding of Cana, where he turned water into wine. So now I'm gonna ask for an Egyptian primary. Not today, because we ain't got time for that today. Tomorrow, I want an Egyptian primary where an Egyptian turned water into wine. Tomorrow, next time on Titans TV, Brother Maku and the Medicine Man will duel it out with primary sources showing the Egyptian Kemetic connection with Christianity.
It's not really Egyptian Kemetic connection, because we already showed the connection. Your actual thing was Jesus.
Oh, Jesus.
Because your actual thing is Jesus. You said you want to know where Jesus was using or said anything that comes from Egypt. But you ain't gonna, for a fact, you ain't gonna find it there.
Woo!
He's not real. He's talking his own thing.
Now you see.
But if you're talking about Christianity,
you see me now. Yeah. You see me now. If I wanted to show you guys, where Jesus is spitting Kemetic, I can show it to you.
Of course, I could as well.
But the thing is, though, because you have to I'm the there's the bosses, when you're playing Mario's and them ones there, there's the final boss. Man can't drop them type of information there. I'm guessing. Yeah? So I'm just waiting for everybody to come in and drop their wisdom. You see it though. So I might be setting you guys up, or I may not be. But what we're trying to do is make it nice and interesting.
And that's
he ain't said me up. I don't know.
This is a premise of another man's debate,
Exactly.
which was part of my debate, but no problem. Like I'm saying, it's definitely along the same line, so it's kind of easy for me to pull myself.
Because you know why? Because Kalam already gave his bomb away, saying that he got information showing Jesus spitting Kemetic bars. So at the end of the day, if you prove it, it's there, cuz. That's all. If you got the info, you got the info, cuz.
Hey.
Me and Maku ain't lost or taken anything. We ain't lost nothing.
Hey.
We still victorious. If you victorious, we victorious.
We out. We out with it. Hey, man, like Ultra dropping that love. Salute to you, my brother. But family tree, okay? So tomorrow, inshallah, let me say inshallah again, yeah, God willing. Yeah? Actually, let me know. What you lot giving up for Lent? What's going on? Is Lent right now? What you lot giving up? You lot giving up anything? Yeah.
No, man. Ramadan soon come, man.
Okay, so you're waiting for Ramadan to do your your fast. So we saying the Christian holidays don't matter, no?
Not like that. I mean, as I said, they're all committing. So yeah. It's like how you which one are you doing? Are you doing the Kemet? Are you doing the Muslim? And the Muslim is definitely taken from the Kemet. There's no doubt about that.
Ooh.
Yeah, they're actually entwined in it because the patron mother Hagar is an Egyptian woman. So there's no Kemet in Islam. Speak.
Muslims.
I don't know where you're from.
Fired. I don't know who needs to hear this, but shots has been fired. Y'all Kemetic reverence givers.
Are you really son of Ishmael, son of Kedar?
Ooh.
No.
Hey.
Down to the Quraysh. Like what was your Benny Israel and all sorts.
Hey.
Going on.
All right.
Let's go. Let's do this.
But yeah, family. Tomorrow. You know, we're gonna keep it. Whisper says Hajar is a Nubian woman. Whisper's got something there. You know, he even dropped the Arabic spelling of Hagar. Like that. We liked that. All right, family tree. But I gotta keep it moving. It's been love. It's been nice. It's been sweet. And again, there's gonna be a big debate coming up soon with our good brother Garfield, who was on earlier on, with our good brother Jabari. And that's going to be phenomenal. Can't wait. That's going to be jam-packed with information. So you already stuck. We're going to get it in. But right now, I've got to go, you know. I've got to go. So peace and love, family. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Love.